Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Just testing this out. Hello, guys. Hello. Welcome to the Drew Pavlis Show, episode 111. We're going to be discussing Islamic extremism in Australia. We're going to be discussing what I believe is basically a jihadist insurgency. So we will discuss this. Give me a minute or so to just share the live stream. We will go through. There's been some pretty significant developments over the past couple of days. I want to show this, right? Australia, hang on one second. Australia is one of the most migrant diverse countries in the world, and we are richer for it. Questionable. 51.5% of Australians are first or second generation migrants, and that includes many in the coalition and One Nation. Yeah, but migrants from Britain aren't really migrants, are they? The biggest threat to our safety by far is still white men. Yeah, mental illness. Mental illness. That's actually just mentally ill. Like Brenton Tarrant and Martin Bryant, yes, they're terrorists, but that does not mean that white men represent a threat to society. Like just mental illness. Just mental illness. I hate Lula. I hate Lula from Brazil. He's disgusting. We have to destroy communism everywhere. We have to destroy communism everywhere. Got some comments. Joe Biden fan. Hello, Drew. How are you? Chris Eunice, cringe Workistani. Hello. Blinker says, good day, mate. How are you? Someone says, Drew, your mum is hot. Come on, mate. That's disrespectful. Thank you for congratulating me on graduating, though. I appreciate it. We've got 16 live viewers on YouTube. I think we got 200 on X. So if you're on X, please consider going through to my my YouTube, leaving a like. I love this. Marine Faruqi streaming in live to everybody from Lahore, Pakistan. Beautiful. That's exactly what everyone wants to see. She's such a gift to this country, isn't she, Marine Faruqi? Apparently, the government is going to be banning NSN. They're going to be banning the National Socialist Neo-Nazi Network, and they're going to be banning Hizbut Tahrir. And honestly, fuck both of them. I hate both of them. I mean, neo-Nazis literally threatened to rape some of my family members, so fuck them. How's this for the audio? How's this for the audio? Testing. Just trying to fix my audio. Can you guys hear well? Is it? Please let me know. Please let me know. I think banning. Honestly, fuck jihadists, fuck Nazis. I hate both of them. Teach us some Greek. Efkaristo. Thank you. I don't speak any Greek, unfortunately. Lateral migration. Very funny. Very funny. Let me try fix my. What? We will discuss some of the latest developments with the Bondi speakers, with the Bondi shooters. Sorry. Some problem with my headphones. Can you hear her? Hi, Drew. Thank you for helping the Jewish Australian community. A close friend of mine lost family in the Bondi attack, and I was just at the funeral. Your voice is appreciated. Thank you. No, I really hope you're okay. That's horrible that you lost, that you knew somebody who lost somebody like that. That's sick. That's sick. I will never forgive the Islamic extremists what they did to this country. Shout out to Muslim Federal Labour MP Ed Husic for breaking ranks with his conflicted colleagues in calling for a federal royal commission. I've previously said I don't care if it's Islamist or far-right extremism. Anything that presents a threat to Australians must be confronted. I'd be concerned that federal agencies might feel that they wouldn't have the ability to participate fully in a state-based inquiry. Let's remove the uncertainty and have proper and thorough. They should do a royal commission. Oh, sorry, that's okay. I don't know. I didn't see your thing, American Nate, but that's okay. I don't know what the problem is with my audio. I still got to fix that up. Sorry. Interesting. Anthony Albanese's support as preferred prime minister has dropped in a Resolve poll conducted last week. -3% for Albanese, down to 38%. It's interesting. We'll look at some of the polling. Federal voting intention, +6% for the LNP among the sort of boomer age bracket. 35 to 54, -6% for ALP. It's interesting. One Nation's climbing massively, and the Liberals are climbing quite a lot as well. Is this true? The man who yelled blood on your hands last night as Albanese arrived at Bondi Beach was arrested and released without charge. Arrested? What the fuck? Look at that. Arrested for insulting the Prime Minister. That's sickening. That's so sickening. What does this country come to? I genuinely think Albanese has to go. Albanese is such a disaster. Such a disaster. He has to go. Arrested for criticizing the Prime Minister. What is going on? What's going on with this country? We're losing it big time. Cyberpunk. So Tony Burke has said that he will target the NSN. And listen, look, I hate the NSN, and fuck them. They threatened to rape my loved one. However, the NSN did not carry out the Bondi terrorist attack. Obviously, that's an obvious point, isn't it? The NSN didn't carry out the Bondi terrorist attack. The Bondi terrorist attack was carried out by Islamic extremists. And while I hate NSN and I think they should be crushed, I think the Australian government should be a bit clear that the core problem here is Islamic extremism. The NSN is bad, and I think that they're evil, and I hate them, but they did not carry out the Bondi terrorist attack. That was Islamic extremists. I'm curious about this Al Medina Dawa Center in Bankstown. Is it still operating? Do people still visit it? It's still operating. It's still literally operating. This place, the place that literally radicalized the Bondi terrorist, is still operating. Can you believe it? The center that radicalized the Bondi terrorist is still operating. That's crazy. So we've got 17,500 signatures now on my petition to close it down. We've got almost 20,000 signatures. There's a Lebanese guy in the chat. A guy literally from Lebanon, Chris Younes, who says that the NSA is based. Like, dude, they don't like you because you're Lebanese. Like, don't be suicidal. Don't cheer these guys on. They hate you. They hate me too. They say that Greek Cypriots aren't white enough for them. Okay, guys. So this is what we got to discuss, right? So parts of Southwest Sydney are literally now Molenbeek. Like the ghetto of Molenbeek in Brussels, which is considered essentially the worst Islamic extremist hotspot in the entirety of Europe. That's the place that produced the Bataclan terrorist network that killed 150 people. So the Molenbeek, the suburb of Molenbeek, this seething ghetto in Brussels, which literally produced the Bataclan terrorist network, which killed like so many people, 150 plus. Southwest Sydney literally produced just as many ISIS fighters per capita as Molenbeek. That's a crazy stat. That's a crazy stat. Have you seen Friendly Geordie's latest video trying to sweep for Labor and play down the whole thing? Yeah, he's lost his mind. He's lost his mind big time. Let me try to figure out my headphone situation so that I can try play that back for everybody and do a reaction. Okay, my audio is working now. Tell me if this potentially works. Can you guys hear this? Hang on, now I'm not hearing it. So guys, yeah, ask me questions, I'll answer them. But yeah, look, this is the thing, like Molenbeek, which is known to be the worst ghetto in all of Europe for Islamist extremism, produced one of the highest rates of per capita ISIS recruitment in the entire world, produced the Bataclan terrorist network, which killed 150 plus people. Southwest Sydney had a per capita ISIS recruitment rate that is the same as Molenbeek. That is literally the same as Molenbeek. That is insane. And that's happening in Australia. And Tony Burke represents that seat, which is crazy. So the Home Affairs Minister, the guy who is responsible for immigration, Tony Burke, he represents the area that had one of the highest per capita ISIS recruitment rates in the entire Western world. Can you even believe that? I would have assumed that Clichy-sous Bois in Paris was the worst. That's up there too. So there's a couple suburbs of Europe which are like literally some of the absolute worst in the entire world. And yeah, Molenbeek is now, I mean, Southwest Sydney is now up there with Molenbeek. I just think people don't realize how bad it is in Australia. Yeah, good point. Pretty much my entire community think that the speech laws and gun buybacks are a deflection and not the solution. It is literally a massive deflection. The thing that killed people at Bondi was Islamic extremism. That's what killed 15 people at Bondi. And so you can talk about gun buybacks. You can talk about banning the NSN, and I hate the NSN. But at the end of the day, literally what killed people at Bondi was Islamic extremism. And we just need to deport people. We just need to kick out any Islamic extremists in the country. Like, why are they even here? So statistics show that nearly 1 in every 100 Muslim men aged between 17 and 35 living in Southwest Sydney in the mid-2010s joined ISIS as a foreign fighter or were prevented by the Australian government from leaving the country to do so. That is a crazy statistic. 1 in every 100 Muslim men between the ages of 17 and 35 living in Southwest Sydney joined ISIS as a foreign fighter or attempted to do so. The most recent survey of attitudes within the Muslim Australian community from 2019 found that 1 in every 40 Muslim men in Australia believe that killing innocent civilians in an attack can sometimes be justified as martyrdom. That's crazy. 1 in 40. Somebody raises the point that a truck can be a weapon as well. Of course, the worst terrorist attack in France, the Nice truck ramming where they killed 86 people, one of the absolute worst. That did not involve guns. That was a truck ramming attack. Thank you guys for tuning in. I think we've got 36 people watching live on YouTube and about 700 in total on Twitter, probably about 200 watching live on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, go to my YouTube. Please go to my YouTube. It'll help grow the site. And if you're watching on YouTube, please leave a like on the video so that the YouTube can recommend us to more people in the algorithm. What do you think of MBS in Saudi Arabia and how he dealt with extremism? He did beautifully. Lee Kuan Yew of the Arab world. That's what I call Lee Kuan Yew. That's what I call MBS. I literally say that MBS is Lee Kuan Yew of the Arab world. Can you guys hear this if I play it back? Can't hear it. I don't know what the problem is with my sound. I'm sorry, guys. That sucks. I don't know why that is. Let me quickly look at my my setup. I don't know what the audio thing was. That was the time when the Bondi nurses like joked around that they would kill Zionist patients, and that no, not Bondi. Sorry, Southwest Sydney nurses. So it was Bankstown, I believe, and they were threatening to kill Zionist patients. Look at this, right? Nativity scene from Bethlehem. Well, look, Mary was a Jewish woman. She had a child. If a pregnant Jewish lady walked into Bethlehem today, they would be shot. Someone said Mary was Palestinian. Mary was Jewish. She was literally Jewish. Everybody knows that. If a pregnant Jewish lady walked into Bethlehem today, there's a strong likelihood that Palestinian Muslims will kill her. Literally facts. You should have Cam Higby on. Actually, yeah, Cam Higby follows me. I would definitely have him on the stream. That'd be interesting. Have you watched much of John Anderson's content, Drew? I love his conversation. Thank you. No, I do like John Anderson. He's a good guy. I haven't talked to him before, but I think he follows me. I would love to talk to him, actually. Islamic Japan looks beautiful. Here's AI art. Okay, I'll share the StreamYard link. You can join. We can debate. Brussels is a cool place. The city center is really nice and the food is great. Outside the city center, though, it is ghetto and the train station's crowded. Yeah, it's sad, eh? Who are you going to vote for? I would vote for Hasty. I would like to see Hasty lead the Liberal Party. If Hasty led the Liberal Party, I'd vote for the Liberals. Drew, would you be interested in doing a show together on my other channel? Much love from New Zealand. Thank you. Yeah, look, sure, for sure. That'd be interesting. Okay, I put up the StreamYard link. If you want to join to debate me on that point, I'm happy to do it. About Mary. We can debate. We've got 40 people watching live on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, please leave a like. Helps us reach more people in the algorithm. And if you're on Twitter, consider going to my YouTube and subscribing. before this guy joins the debate, I'm just going to read out something. So I did some research. Right? So there was a sample of 1,034 Muslim Australian citizens and permanent residents. And they essentially found that 1 in every 40 Muslim men in Australia refused to condemn martyrdom attacks on innocent civilians. So 2.5% strongly disagree with the concept that someone who dies attacking innocent civilians is not a martyr. So 2.5% believe that they are martyrs if they attack an innocent civilian. And that means 1 in 40 Muslim men in Australia refused to condemn martyrdom attacks on innocent civilians. That was 2019. There's unfortunately been a significant amount of radicalization over the past 2 years. So it's actually very concerning. Do you feel a sense of cultural dislocation from your own generation? Yeah, right now I certainly do. Because my generation is very lefty. And I don't know, like, I don't think people understand these issues. I think people don't understand that we're in a terrible situation right now. If even 2 or 3% of the Muslim Australia community harbor extremist violent attitudes like this, we're talking about at least 10,000 to 20,000 people who are violent extremists. And that's a major problem. Obviously, the vast majority of Muslim Australians are peaceful and don't support that type of behavior. But we're still talking about a significant amount of people, which is really concerning. Here was imagery of the shooter training. I saw this in Brisbane. So, in order to protect the floral tributes for the victims of the Bondi attack, they had to have a police officer, which is so sad. Heavily armed specialist police to patrol the MCG Melbourne Cricket Ground during the Boxing Day test. That's sad, man. That's sad. That's where we are as a country, that you need to have heavily armed police patrolling every single thing to stop jihadists from killing us all. Can you guys hear this? Let me know. Did you? Well, unfortunately, the sound was fucked, but I'll explain to people. He essentially said, we do not have the freedom of speech laws that they have in the US. And the reason for that is that we want to hold together a multicultural community. And I was saying, I want to smash the free speech rights of Islamic extremists, but I know that the government is going to use hate speech laws to criminalize people like me who say that jihadists should be deported. That's not fair. How, like, literally the worst trade deal in all trade deals in history, you import insane jihadists to your country, then limit free speech for everybody to stop the jihadists from killing everyone. Like, how's that a good free trade deal? How's that a good trade deal? We take people into the country who hate us and want to kill us, and then we have to limit free speech for everyone, including people who are natives to the country, to stop the jihadists from murdering us all. How's that fair? I don't think that's fair. All right, this guy's in the chat. He wants to debate whether Mary was Palestinian. Are you there?
Yeah, just hold on. I'm just fixing up something. By the way, I joined your stream the other day. I spoke to you.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember you. You were you're the Christian Palestinian guy.
That's right. Just give me a sec.
Yeah. Someone said this: they only have hate speech laws against people who support their narrative or agenda. Someone says Albert has been a commie all his life. He was a radical leftist in his university days. He was very radical when he was Someone says Palestinians are ethnically Arab, Mary was not an Arab. She was ethnically Jewish. Well, yes, of course. She was ethnically Jewish. This is funny. Committee laughing at the Americans saying they are not true Muslims. They keep saying this isn't Islamic. Islam says this or that. Well, they don't even know how to spell Islam. What business do they have commenting on Islam? Drew, Lonerbox said he wants to debate you on immigration or Trump administration part 2. Maybe. I don't even know what we would debate. He was so insufferable that time. He was so torturous. You're just a conspiracy theorist. One action doesn't make a whole religion accountable. Okay, when did I ever say that every single Muslim did this? I never did that. I only talk about the extremists. You're projecting onto me. You're literally projecting onto me. I've never attacked all Islam, never attacked all Muslims. I only attacked the extremists. You're literally projecting onto me. What Islamists hate more than Jews are Muslims who help Jews. This is true. Did you see that Ahmed al-Ahmed, he was completely condemned in the Palestinian media? The comment section was like full on calling him evil for defending the Jews. Okay, here's something we need to discuss. So the Australian government and police thought that they could allow that they could control the jihadist threat in Sydney by allowing the ISIS cleric Wissam Haddad to operate in the open without arresting him. And then they just let this go on and they said, oh, we're doing a honeypot. We're doing a honeypot. The whole point of a honeypot is you're supposed to fucking catch. What's the point of the fucking honeypot if you don't even catch anybody, you fucking idiots? Literally, like, what were they doing? They said, we're doing this. We're going to let the Islamic extremists openly recruit in public as a honeypot, but we're not even going to catch anybody. And they're just going to go out and do the terror attack. That's not a fucking strategy. That's retarded. Can you believe that? He's a honeypot. You didn't catch the terrorists, so it's a fucking disaster. Can you fucking believe that? We let Wissam Haddad operate for 15 years in the open as a honeypot, but we didn't actually catch anybody. The guys just went out and murdered people. Literally, what a fucking disaster. How good's this? Peter Malinowskis. Imagine living in a monocultural society. It would be so boring. The food would all be the same. I can't think of anything worse. I can think of something worse. Islamic terrorist attacks, which we just saw at Bondi, 15 people killed. So I actually can think of something much worse than not having, I don't know, like a taco truck on every corner. I like multicultural cuisine, but it's probably not worth Islamic terrorist attacks. I don't know, like, or you could just say that, like, we like sushi without having to import jihadists. Like, that's pretty fair, isn't it? You could just say, listen, we like sushi. We'll invite Japanese people. We just are not going to have literal jihadists who want to kill us. And again, I'm not talking about all Islam. I'm talking about jihadists. Hey, Drew, you said NSN might be getting banned. Where was this circulated or said? I'll show you. This was today. This was Tony Burke getting this up. Where's this? Hang on. I tweet a lot. I'm sorry, guys. I got to find it. Tony Burke today said that he would shut down the NSN. Where is it? Fucking hell. Tony Burke. Yeah. So he wants to list the NSN as a prohibited organization alongside Hizbut-Tahrir. And listen, I fucking hate the NSN. They have threatened to kill me over the years. Fuck them. I hate them all so much. And I'm happy for them to all be smashed. But at the end of the day, the main problem overall, the main problem is Islamic extremism. Obviously. I mean, the Islamic extremists just killed 15 people. So it's a little bit silly to just like... It's a little bit silly when they try to say that. I hate this thing that like Albanese is doing where he's like trying to talk about like far right extremism. Like I hate the far right extremists as well. That said, the Islamic extremists just killed 15 people. Hello, Ferdy. How you going? Thanks for joining us. Sorry, but why was somebody on the ASIO watch list allowed to have firearms? That's crazy. Yeah. Well, the son was on the ASIO watch list and he didn't have a firearms license, but his dad had a firearm license and he lived in the same house as his dad. And they allowed his dad to have a firearm license despite living with a son who literally had ISIS links and had literally been investigated for links to ISIS. What a fucking disaster. Guys, you know what's so funny? Remember when I debated Loaderbox and he said, wow, Drew. So I was debating. I said, would you at least agree that people who literally support suicide bombing attacks need to be deported? And then Loaderbox said, wow, so you want to deport people for thought crimes? Yeah, I don't want to have people who support suicide bombing attacks in my fucking country. Fuck you. Loaderbox, you fucking idiot. You fucking retard. Wow. So you want to deport people for thought crimes? Well, if they support like raping and murdering me and my family, I don't really want them in my country, actually. I don't care. Wow. You're going to impinge the freedom of speech of people who support suicide bombing attacks. Sorry, get the fuck out of my country.
Hello?
Oh, hang on. Our Palestinian Christian friends here.
Yeah, hi mate, how's it going?
Hey, okay. So do you want to quickly debate? We can do this for like 5 minutes and then maybe I'll get back to the main topic. But we can discuss this thing.
Well, I wanted to discuss multiple things with you because, like,
okay, well, we can discuss.
Well, look, to be honest with you, mate, look, not trying to sound like a grunk. I'm sure that, you know, me and you would go for a beer, like, you know, but look, at the end of the day, bro, I think a lot of the political shit you say is so stupid. And I'm going to tell you why.
Let's go to it. Okay, tell me.
All right, first of all, I just want to the reason why I'm coming back on here is because the other day when I came on your stream, it was just a bit of a clusterfuck. You know, you had like 5 people speaking at once. You know?
It was too many people. So let's just debate now.
So, I mean, first of all, you were like the whole thing about Mary being a Jew. Just want to
she was Jewish. Well, she was
yeah,
Jewish.
Well,
ethnically, she was Jewish. She was born as a Jewish person.
Well, see, this is a lot of I feel like what a lot of people need to understand because I was just reading the comments when I was just setting up my mic, and somebody said that Palestinians are ethnic Arabs and Mary was an ethnic Jew or something like this.
Well, someone commented that.
This is not true.
All right, well, okay, explain this to us.
Well, I mean, just for a bit of reference to the sort of the viewers in the comment section, Palestinians, Lebanese, Syrians, and Jordanians aren't Arabs.
Well, they're Levantine.
Well, actually, genetically speaking, they're not Arabs. The only Arabians actually only come from the Arabian Peninsula. They're not Arabs. So
So
what
what are they? Are you going to say Phoenician?
Well, no, actually, if I'm to speak for myself, I don't want to sort of reveal my last name just for privacy reasons. But I mean, my family has a deep sort of Jewish heritage. I'm Christian. I'm 100% Arab Christian, but my
Yeah.
last name is Jewish, and the reason is because a lot of obviously how we believe, when Jesus came, ultimately, we followed him. Who were the first sort of converts? It was the Jewish people in Palestine at the time, right? So this sort of ideology behind Arabs are Jews. This is so blatantly wrong. It's funny because the average Arab that you see from Lebanon is actually more genetically similar to a Jew, to an ancient Jew, than what the normal Jew is, what a modern Jew says they are today. So this whole premise behind, oh, we're a Jew, this doesn't make any sense. I've looked at the research. I've looked at the papers. I can link them now.
Look, I'm familiar with the argument that the argument that people make is that the modern Palestinian population is descended from the ancient Jewish population but converted to Islam.
Quite literally, yes.
Well, I know that people argue that, and there probably is maybe there's some truth to that. All I'm saying though is this question of like the modern day Mary is Palestinian. Well, she was literally born as a Jewish person.
I think you're missing the point, though. It doesn't ultimately matter what religion they are, because what you need to understand is you genetically cannot test for a Jewish genome. This is false. Well, you can't. No. Well, mate, look, I'm telling you, I've studied this long enough, right, to determine you cannot. This is a fact. This is not your opinion. You actually cannot determine a Jewish genome. What you can do, however, is you can determine Jewish migration trends, which as a result, people say, oh, my grandfather was kicked out of Poland. So in that case, I'm Jewish, because a lot of Jewish immigrants would have went to XYZ country or whatever at that particular period of time.
Well, look, historically, the Jewish population, you can look at ancestral DNA studies, and historically, there is basically the link back to the Levant, to the Levant. You go back to
I'm not denying that. There's no debate whether a Jew of today has some sort of connection to to the Levant.
There's a good point here as well. Someone made this point. They said the Bosniaks are a different ethnicity to the Serbs and Croats, but if you look at their genetics, they look nearly identical.
Yeah, this guy's an idiot. First of all, Bosniaks, Serbs, Croats are all genetically identical, right? Yugoslavians in general are pretty much genetically identical. The only difference is their political sort of affiliation, right?
Well, yeah, religion. That's true. Like a lot of that's true that the people from the former era, the former lands of Yugoslavia are like basically in terms of ethnicity very similar.
Bro,
But
this is
the
the same thing.
but they're divided on religion. They're divided on religion, and obviously.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Like, this is what you need to understand. That doesn't matter, because if you want to agree on the premise that Judaism is an ethno religion, that doesn't make any sense. Because if I wanted to convert to Judaism, say I was just some random Chinese bloke, and I was like, you know what, I want to be a Jew. So what?
But it's actually very hard to convert to Judaism.
It doesn't matter whether the process are rigorous or not. The fact that you can still become a Jew, right, with having no previous heritage. Wait, hold on. With having no previous heritage, right, as a Jewish person, that kind of refutes the whole claim, doesn't it?
No, not really, dude. The vast majority of Jewish people today are descended, they're Jews, but from birth. The number of people who convert to Judaism is historically extremely small.
That doesn't matter. That you're missing the point.
It's like what, less than 1% of people who are Jewish
convert to Jew. You're missing the point. If I take the average Levantine person from Jordan, Lebanon, Palestine, or Syria, I can almost guarantee you, and I can show my sources for this, I can almost guarantee you, if they did a DNA test, which I mean you can see of illustrative DNA on Reddit, where a lot of people showcase their sort of personal results. That being said, if you actually look at their results, they're pretty much identical to the sort of earliest Israelites and Canaanites. So, I mean, there's no debate about it. So, this ideology that Jews today, right, have this sort of historical presence, this is complete false. This is false. Like, you have to stop defending a false narrative. And here's the problem as well.
To be honest, dude, I don't even necessarily want to talk about that Israel right now. Like, I'm focusing a lot on Australia right now, but we can keep going.
Sure. I'll touch on that. What did this idiot say? Religion is a major division in Bosnia. Bosniaks majority identifies ethnic Muslims. Mate, you do realize this Bosnian Orthodox, right? So I mean, they still identify themselves as Bosnian, but are genetically exactly the same as a Serb Orthodox. Yeah, good try, mate. Like, grow up. And I can see this guy's probably like a Serb or Crow, anyways. He's a fucking idiot.
I don't know. Anyway, okay. So look, you've argued that historically Palestinians
Why is everyone
were.
all of a sudden an expert on Jewish and Middle Eastern heritage and DNA all of a sudden? Man, I'm not an expert. I'm just like a guy with fucking half a brain. Go on Reddit and literally search up the average Palestinian results, and you get your answer. Like, I mean, I'm not a fucking analyst or whatever you want to call it.
Anyway,
Anyways,
do you want to? Should we talk about Australia? What else do you have your disagreements with me on?
oh yeah, I mean, the other day, I was actually reading one of your posts, and somebody was saying how you're actually like of Cypriot heritage. Is that true?
I'm Greek Cypriot heritage. Yes, like my family on my mum's side, they came in 1950, so they've been in the country for 75 years. On my father's side, they came in I think mid 1960s, so about like 60 years. So yeah, like my family, third generation on my dad's side, fourth generation on my mum's side. Ethnically, I am Greek Cypriot in term, Greek Orthodox religion and stuff like that. But culturally, I mean, I don't speak Greek. I'm pretty much fully Australian.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not gonna sort of just go back on this, but I just want to touch on what these comments are saying. They're saying this guy is using Reddit as a reference. Mate, there's actually plenty of academic sources and papers I can showcase. I mean, I'm a university graduate, so I don't mind actually showcasing these papers. That being said, the reason why I'm referring back to Reddit is just because people are actually sharing their anecdotal evidence from the results they've received on DNA tests. So this is not something you can publicly just go and ask for somebody, off the fucking street. It doesn't make much sense, does it? So yeah. Anyways, the thing I want to mainly touch on was my sort of opinion on the whole Bondi shooting and why I personally think that it's the most rigged bullshit. And
all right, well, tell us, explain it. That's obviously a very provocative thought. So just tell us about it.
Yeah, just hold on. Just give me a sec. Just have to get my charger out. Do not let this fucking retard join, mate. Please. It's the cunt from the other day. It's that Chris Yunus bloke. He's not.
Look, I'm happy to just do an individual debate with you right now.
Wait, you do realize Drew is paid by Israel's and all? Oh yeah, man, I know.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Yeah. Anyway, go on with your argument.
Oh yeah, I mean, first of all, it's so fucking obvious that when you go into any Sky News video and you see fucking these comment sections that are being posted, these captions that are being posted on the videos, like all this anti-Albanese rhetoric. Oh, Albanese has got blood on his hands. Albanese has failed the Jewish people. What the fuck does this have to do with Albanese?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, because he's had 2 years to ban Islamic extremism in Australia. There's extremist groups like Hizbut Tahrir that have been organizing recruiting for 2 years now. He could have kicked them out at any point, and he doesn't do it. He doesn't deport people. He deported the neo-Nazi guy who was at the protest. Fair enough, I hate the neo-Nazis, but he can't deport a single Islamic extremist. Has he deported a single Islamic extremist? He can't do it.
Look, I agree. As I mentioned before to you, I agree that when it comes to Islam, I don't agree with them, right? Obviously. However, what I will touch on is you're clearly advocating for Wissam Haddad to be deported. I know that.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
I know that you're tweeting, for this guy to pretty much go to, to get kicked out of the country. Here's what
Yeah.
as much as I dislike this cunt,
Yeah.
and I don't agree with him on a sort of a religious level, what I will say is, how can you sit here and be like, yeah, this guy needs to be deported when
Yeah,
wait, hold on. When the rabbi, right? When the rabbi who was just killed, right? Thank Jesus, he was just killed, right?
You're happy that one of the guys at Bondi got killed,
bro. Hold on.
Alongside a 10-year-old. That's sick, man. They killed a 10-year-old at this.
Wait. Hold on. I never said, bro. I never said I wanted a 10-year-old to die. God rest her soul. That's terrible. I don't give a fuck what religion you are. That's fucking despicable. But what I am saying is the fact where this motherfucker, right, was literally tweeting photos of him signing missiles to go to Gaza and kill innocent children.
No, that's a lie. It was actually
no.
I'll break it down. I'll break it down for you. I read about it. I'll break it down for you. I read about it. I read about it. He signed stuff that was on the Operation Iron Dome, which is only a defensive system. That system doesn't attack Gaza. It's not offensive. These missiles don't go into Gaza. They shoot down missiles that attack
I know
Israel.
what the fuck the Iron Dome is, mate, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, he was signing Iron Dome missiles. So he signed the missile.
But what's the intent behind it?
The Iron Dome. I'll tell you what, when Iran attacked Israel.
No. I'm
giving you the truth. I'm telling you
right
now. I'm telling you. When Iran attacked Israel, they shot hundreds of ballistic missiles at Israel. People were killed. These missiles, the Iron Dome system, shoots down those missiles that are targeting
I know what it is.
And so this rabbi signed a defensive weapon. Who cares? He signed it so that he should die because he should die because he doesn't want Iranian missiles to rain down on Israelis.
Listen to me. It's the intention. I don't think anybody actually got offended the fact that this can't sign the fucking missile. It's the fact is what's he trying to prove by doing that? It's a
defensive weapon. Listen, it's a defensive weapon to defend Israel. Like, okay, let me give you an example, right? If I signed an Australian defensive, okay, imagine Australia creates a counter missile defense system. And these counter missile defense systems are designed to shoot down, say, Chinese missiles coming to Australia. And I imagine I go out and I sign this counter defense missile system, right? What, you're going to then say that I'm this genocidal monster who wants to kill all Chinese people and that I should be murdered in a terror attack? It's a defensive system, dude. He doesn't want other people from that country to be slaughtered. What's wrong with that?
Well, first of all, here's what you need to understand. It wasn't that the fact that the guy just tweeted a photo of him signing a missile. It was the fact that the guy was advocating for settlements, illegal settlements in the West Bank. What do you have to say?
Look. Okay, let me say this, right? I don't necessarily know if that's even true because I haven't researched it. That said, even if I'm still answering you. Even if it were true that he was advocating illegal settlements in the West Bank, I disagree with that political position. I strongly disagree with it. I don't support illegal settlements in the West Bank. I believe in a two-state solution. So I'd strongly disagree with him. That said, I don't think that Islamic terrorists should slaughter people in my country, Australia. It's my country. It's my country, Australia. And the guys who shot up Bondi, they were Islamic terrorists.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree. However, what I'm trying to say is if you're sitting here condemning Wissam Haddad for saying that Jews are rats, which I mean, he's not fucking wrong, right?
No, that's disgusting, dude. Dude, maybe you should be deported if you believe that, if you want to import Middle Eastern hatreds to Australia.
Wait. Here's my issue, though. Here's my issue. A lot of people in the comments are saying, mate, don't bring this shit over here. All these fucking...
Yeah, you are bringing it here. You're bringing it massively.
Hold on. I think people need to actually understand why the shooting happened rather than just pointing fingers at me like,
oh my god, dude, they signed a fucking pledge to ISIS. They filmed a video of themselves in front of ISIS. It has nothing to do with Israel's policy. They fucking signed a pledge to ISIS. They're ISIS terrorists.
Hold on. You're sitting here saying why did this happen? People are sitting.
Why
here
did this
saying,
happen? Because I'll tell you why it happened. Because we let crazy inbred jihadists into our country to slaughter people in our country, and they should never have even been in here in the first place. That's why it happened. Because we let crazy inbred jihadists come here and then massacre people in our streets. They should never have even been in our country in the first place. That's why it happened. Because crazy inbred jihadists pledged allegiance to ISIS and then killed people in our country. And they should never have even been in this country in the first place. It's not their country.
I just want to comment on what this dumb cunt said. This retard named Saint something was saying, "Oh, fuck off with your your tribal desert or something, desert tribalism or something."
Well, you are bringing tribal shit here.
Wait! I just want to comment on something. You have Saint something in your name. I'm quite literally coming from a country of the religion you follow. You fucking retard.
Yeah, dude, right? you support the Palestinian Islamists that slaughtered the Christians anyway. So you're literally a stooge. You're literally a stooge.
Wait. Shut the fuck up for a second. Shut the fuck up. And I want you to
It's my show, retard. It's my show. You can be respectful. If you want to be on my show, be fucking respectful. It's my show. It's called the Drew Pavlis show. It's not the fucking Palestinian Arab show, okay?
Wait. At the end of the day, here's something you need on. Well, I just proved to you that I'm not fucking Arab, right? Anyway.
You were being rude to me. You said that the Jews are rats, and you're talking over me on my own show.
Wait, hold on. Here's something that you need to actually understand, though, rather than just talking shit, right? At the end of the day, as much as everybody, even every fucking Muslim that condemns what happened, right, on the Bondi shooting, right? I've
unfortunately seen a lot of Muslims defend it. I've unfortunately seen.
I'll be honest with you. I actually didn't see one Muslim defend this.
I've seen many more than one. I've seen dozens. I've seen hundreds of people defend it. Unfortunately.
Wait. Not only did I say not one Muslim, defend this. You're also believing in all this fucking false rhetoric that Ahmed al-Ahmed is being booed pretty much on Palestinian media. Is this true?
No. What happened was that there's a Palestinian Facebook news page. And on the comments of that Facebook page, there were comments.
I read Arabic.
There were comments with hundreds of likes saying that this guy was disgusting because he helped the Jews.
Mate, here's something you need to understand. At the end of the day, if one person leaves a comment or two people leave a comment,
but it has hundreds of likes, dude. It has hundreds of likes.
Wait. I saw that account, right? I saw it, mate. I've got family that live in Palestine. And they were literally praising the guy. What are you talking about?
That's good. It's still the case that there were a lot of comments on Ramallah.
The point is the minority doesn't make the rule. I'm not saying there's not people that are fucking happy that aren't happy about this guy.
Well, dude, you literally in this very call. In this very call, in this very call, you said that you're happy that the ISIS supporters killed some Jews in Australia.
I never said that. I said that cunt deserves to fucking die anyways because he was literally a terrorist. He was advocating.
You're talking about a random rabbi. Random rabbi who was slaughtered in Australia by Muslim terrorists.
Shut the fuck up. He was advocating.
Tell me to shut the fuck up. It's my show. It's my show. Have some respect if you want to stay on my show.
This cunt, regardless whether you believe that he signed a missile or not, that was on the Iron Dome. He was advocating for that illegal settlements in the West Bank. So that refutes your point of a two-state solution. This guy is quite literally a terrorist. I told you.
Maybe I disagree with the rabbi. Maybe he has political views that I disagree with. I don't know all his political views. That said, though, he shouldn't have been slaughtered by Muslim terrorists in my country, Australia.
Listen,
it's our country, Australia, and crazy inbred jihadists who don't even belong in the country shouldn't be here killing random people in my country.
I agree with you. I agree that he shouldn't have been killed and the attack shouldn't have happened in fucking Australia. I still believe the guy should have fucking been killed, just not in Australia, right?
See, this is the crazy thing. You're supposed to be a Palestinian Christian, and then you're still endorsing like terror attacks. It's fucked up, man.
Bro. Here's the reality. Yesterday in Gaza, 6 kids were bombed 6 kids were bombed. I don't see you fucking retard, coming out and condemning the attacks of the fucking
That's bad.
Jews.
Look, that's bad. That's bad. I don't agree with everything Israel's done. I don't like everything the Israeli government's done. But never in a million years come to me and tell me that Muslim terrorists should be allowed to kill people, innocent people on Australian streets. Never in a million years.
Mate, I don't speak for Muslims, but what I'm telling you is
you're just defending terrorism. You're defending Islamic terrorism.
Hold on. Here's the reality that people need to understand. You need to see the perspective of other communities. If
I don't even believe it. I don't even believe you're Christian. Give us a Christian prayer if you're really Christian.
What do you mean? Give us our Father? Do you want me to go on?
Do one to try show us.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth that is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as they forgive those who trespass against us, and deliver us from evil one. There you go. Do you want me to continue?
Okay. Good to know that you're a Christian, but you're supporting Islamist terrorists who want to kill you. So maybe you're retarded. These people would literally behead you if they had the chance, man. They're literally ISIS. Look what ISIS did to Christians in the Middle East. Are you fucking retarded?
Here's something you need to understand, though, because you keep going on saying they're literally ISIS. Palestinians have never. Wait, hold on. No, because I'm drawing a correlation to what you're saying before. Palestinians have never endorsed terrorism. Hamas, right, is not a terrorist organization. Oh,
that's bullshit. That is, they are a terrorist organization. That's bullshit.
Hamas is the literal political governing party.
That's fucking retarded.
Wait. So do you disagree with Hamas being the governing party of Palestine? Do you disagree with that?
I think that they should not be the governing party of Palestine.
But they are. I don't know. I don't agree with Hamas. I fucking hate Hamas, but I'm saying they are the legitimate political party.
How? They seized power in Gaza in a coup.
Bro, prior to October 7th, Netanyahu was literally funneling money, right, into Hamas. What do you have to say? Are you saying
that's bad too? That's bad too. That claim is a little bit exaggerated. He wasn't personally funneling money to Hamas. He was allowing Qatar to fund them. I think that was retarded. I've said Netanyahu was retarded for allowing that to happen. It was a massive mistake. They thought that by allowing Qatar to fund, you know what their calculation was? Their calculation was we will allow Qatar to fund these people, and therefore they won't be crazy terrorists and they won't kill us all because they will try to govern. That's what they made a massive mistake. They thought that Hamas was going to just stay in Gaza and try build up Gaza. They made a massive mistake because unfortunately Hamas was intent on doing an apocalyptic jihadist war.
As I mentioned before, I don't agree with Hamas. I don't like Hamas, right? I've heard several things which I'm not going to repeat on the stream about Hamas. I don't agree with them. Okay. However, it will be so ignorant to deny that they are not the official governing political wing, right? Wait, hold on. You're shaking your head in disbelief. What are they? Are they just a militia?
Yes, I know that they run Gaza. It doesn't mean that they're a legitimate political entity. I mean, ISIS ran Mosul. Does that mean that ISIS was the legitimate governing entity of Mosul? No, it doesn't.
No, but ISIS has but here's the difference. ISIS has never been a political wing in Iraq. That's the difference. ISIS.
Okay, so if ISIS, so their big problem, if ISIS had only just done their own political party, then you'd be fine with them. Then
because if ISIS had a political wing in which its citizens had voted for them, right, and there was a referendum to determine that they are in fact going to be the elected party, then that's a different outcome.
Okay, when was the last time Hamas stood for election? Tell us that.
I actually don't even remember at this point.
They haven't stood for election since they seized power.
But you're missing
in the mid-2000s. They've been dictators of Gaza for more than 15 years.
Listen, you're missing the point, though. You can keep saying about Hamas. I condemn Hamas, but I'm telling you, okay, that Hamas, regardless of your emotions, I'm speaking facts. Hamas are the official political governing wing, okay, of the Palestinian Authority. So regardless of what you have to say,
that's not even true. Like the PA,
search it up.
It's not even true. Yeah, but dude, there's two entities here. There's the Palestinian Authority and there's Hamas. They're two separate entities.
Yes, because they split.
Yes,
correct.
So you're the one saying that Hamas is the legitimate governing entity of the entire PA. That's not true. The PA is a separate entity to Hamas.
It isn't, because obviously after several wars they eventually split. I'm telling you this. My dad fought in the.
I know that. I know they had a civil war. I know Fatah and Hamas had a civil war. I know that already.
Wait. My second point is what I also want to bring up is this. This is sort of the meat and potatoes of the whole debate. You're sitting here saying, about Hamas, how like this guy saying why are these two talking shit about the Middle East, blah blah blah. What you need to understand is this: if you don't solve the situation overseas,
that's dog shit. That's bullshit. So,
wait.
What you're gonna say is, if you don't want Islamic terrorists to come kill people in Australia, you have to solve the problem in the Middle East. No, fuck off. How about we quarantine the Middle East and everyone from the Middle East can stay there?
You literally didn't even hear what I have to say. Okay, I was saying is that if you and just to refute that, right? Just to refute that, going back to what you're saying, a lot of people that align with your political beliefs are suggesting that the reason why this had actually happened was because Albanese decided to recognize a Palestinian state.
Well, so I don't think that. I've never said that once. I actually think a Palestinian state should be recognized as part of a two-state solution. So that's not exactly my position.
I understand that, but I'm just saying there are people who subscribe to that notion. Right?
Yeah, I've never said that necessarily myself. When I blame Albanese, I'm not blaming Albanese because he recognized Palestine. I'm blaming Albanese because he's had 2 years to properly crack down on Islamic extremist networks in Australia. He's never done that because he's too worried about losing votes from the Sydney Muslim community in Southwest Sydney.
So my question is this, right? If we were to narrow it down, because again, a lot of people are, subscribing to the notion that that this wasn't in regards to Albanese recognizing a Palestinian state. So I'm not saying
I haven't said that. That's not my argument. I've never said that myself.
I never claimed you did. I'm saying people believe that. So if this applies here, okay, then why are we right? Why are we fucking not solving the whole issue on Jewish extremism? And fucking
so what is 15 people were just killed by Islamic extremists.
Okay, so 6 people.
I don't know when was the Jewish community in Australia doing terrorist attacks? They're not doing that. It's the Islamic terrorists who are doing that in Australia. Okay.
Wait, say again. Sorry, you cut out for me.
Okay, you said why are we not focusing on the problem of Jewish extremism? I don't remember when the Jewish community went out and did a terror attack in Australia. They don't do it. The last time there was a terrorist attack in Australia was last week when Islamic terrorists did it. So this is a bullshit argument.
Well, first of all, it's not, because Mossad has a previous history of actually doing.
That's such cope. You can't even give me an example. That's
I literally can. I can give you the 1999 bombings.
Okay.
Wait.
Well, okay,
wait.
Tell me when has Mossad attacked Australia?
Wait. I don't know if they've done anything in Australia. I'll tell you this. But what I will tell you is the closest thing is they bombed, right? They bombed the Israeli embassy, right, in 99 in Britain. Search it up. Search it up.
And no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Mate, you can believe what you want. At the end of the day, you can believe what you want, but you need to understand facts don't care about your feelings. You need to understand this. You're sitting here subscribing to the notion, oh, Jews are so innocent. Jews are so innocent. Mate, I know how to.
You hate Jews because you're Palestinian. Good, you're the first Palestinian to hate Jews. Wow, that's very. That's stunning.
First of all, you need to understand, I don't hate Jews.
Okay. You don't hate Jews. You're just happy that some of them died in the Bondi terror attack.
First of all, some is insinuating that I'm implying that multiple people. I'm happy that multiple people died. I'm happy that one died, which is one, not multiple.
You're just happy that one of the people who died in the terrorist attack died.
Well, actually, one of the guy, I'm pretty sure the guy that was protecting his wife, who was a like that old cunt. As far as I'm concerned, he's an ex-IDF soldier, right? So I mean, him dying is not ultimately a terrorist down.
What?
I'm just
saying, a guy served as a conscript in the fucking IDF 30 years ago, so therefore Islamic terrorists can kill him in Australia at an event on Bondi Beach next to, and then kill a 10-year-old next to him. No, fuck that. How about we just deport the Islamic terrorists? Sorry, we don't want them in our country. Get out.
Agree. So so here's the reality. If I rape a kid 30 years ago because it was done 30 years ago.
Oh my God. Why does your mind jump to that, dude? Why does your mind jump to raping a kid? That's fucked up.
Because, and I'll tell you why, because Israelis and Jews have a fucking rape fetish. I mean, they literally.
That's such a projection, man.
How? They literally celebrated a fucking an IDF soldier for raping a Palestinian prisoner. How can you literally argue against this? Like, you haven't proven anything. You're literally just saying all this bullshit. They literally went on live television, bro. So I'll send you the link. You are, bro.
No.
Either you're retarded, either you are retarded, okay, or Israel is actually paying you, because I refuse to believe.
I don't even care that much about Israel. My main concern right here is that Islamic terrorists just killed 15 Australians in my country. That's what I care about. I don't even want to do the big Israel Gaza debate. The war's done right now. There's a ceasefire. I don't want to go into that.
It's not. I mean, it's not done. So that's the problem. And this is why I'm saying, this is why a lot of people, right, are ultimately suggesting that, not stopping the war and still having, an apartheid, being ultimately racist and indiscriminately bombing children and infrastructure overseas is fueling anti-Semitism. That's what a lot of people are suggesting. And I agree on that notion. I mean,
well, if you want to make that argument, then Islamic terrorist attacks are fueling Islamophobia.
Absolutely. I don't, bro. After 9/11, okay, I can almost guarantee you anybody who had Middle Eastern or a Mediterranean sort of look to them was automatically profiled. I can almost guarantee you that if you went to a sort of an all-white neighborhood, they'll look down on you. And I'm talking about you who claims you're white. I can guarantee you.
Bro, I've never had discrimination ever. Never had discrimination.
Bro, I can tell you one thing right now. Not that I'm going to reveal my sort of face just for privacy reasons, right? But I'm more white than you, and I'm Arab, right? Wait, hold on. Wait, I can almost guarantee you I'm more white than you, and I'm Arab.
You're coping hard. You're coping hard, dude. You're coping hard.
Bro, have you not seen the recent feedback on your Instagram post when you graduated from uni?
Bro, they're all from fucking retarded communists. You think I care about what retarded communists say to be? I don't give a fuck. They're just fucking haters. Who cares?
No, I agree. I'm not saying you should care, but I'm just saying, right? I mean, read the room a bit. You're not white. The reality is you're not white. You are.
I'm fine. I'm not part of your person of color alliance against white people. I don't want to be part of it. I'm happy being white. I've been treated as white my entire life. I like white people. I like white culture. I'm not going to do your whole third world grievance politics bullshit. Thank you. I'm not interested in being part of it. I don't want to be part of your third world grievance politics, revenge against whitey narrative. I'm happy. I'm very happy. I've never been discriminated against. I love Australia. I like white culture. I don't hate white people.
So do I. I mean, I'm proud, Aussie. I live in Sydney. I claim I'm Aussie, right? There's no doubt about that. I'm just saying, right? I mean, you're claiming you are white.
Well, I've been leftist. It's funny. The leftists called me white when I was a lefty. They said, "Shut up, Drew. You're a white man. You have to learn your place." That was when I was a lefty. And then I say, "No, actually, I'm not a lefty anymore. I'm conservative." And then they go, "Oh, you're brown. You're an Uncle Tom. You're POC." It's interesting.
No, I don't agree. First of all, I don't agree on this sort of this notion that people are white or black. I mean, my mum's blonde hair, blue eyes, but my dad's black as fuck, and they're from the same area, right? So I don't agree on this notion. I mean, if you go to every country, you'll find people who are white and dark,
it's true.
Some sort of true. I don't agree on that. So don't think I'm trying to say, "Oh, mate, you're a brown person." This is such a stupid fucking argument. I'm not saying this. This is such a racist, big, sort of.
Well, you're the one doing this whole thing.
No. I'm just saying what I'm trying to say to you, bro, is I'm saying that if you, right, what was seen after 9/11, right, because you have a Middle Eastern phenotype, right? You do.
I'm fine, dude. I've never been discriminated against in my life.
I'm not. That's not. Wait, hold on. That's not the point. The point is, right, if you, because mind you, just letting you know,
you're trying to enlist me. You're trying to enlist me in the person of color global jihad against white people. I'm not interested. I like white people, man. I'm not going to join the POC global jihad against white people.
I don't know why you're pushing this rhetoric that I hate white people.
It sounds like it. In this call, you justified Islamic terrorist attacks in Australia on the grounds of Middle Eastern tribal.
Wait. I justify. Wait. First of all, I didn't justify Islamic terrorism. I said the guy should have been killed, just not here. Right?
Yeah, that full-on Middle Eastern tribal mentality. We're very different. We're very different. You have the mindset of the third world.
Hold on.
You have the mindset of third world, and you're talking about, this guy should be killed for his political beliefs. third world.
Wait, hold on.
I'm happy to be Australian. I'm happy to be westernized.
I never said an Arab should have killed him. I never said this. I don't give a fuck who kills him. I don't wait, hold on. You're sitting. My point being is this: you have double standards here because you're sitting here saying Wissam Haddad this that right, and you're not condemning the fucking the rabbi.
What? The rabbi was shot by an Islamic terrorist who was radicalized by Wissam Haddad.
Wait, hold on.
Wissam Haddad radicalized the terrorist.
The rabbi was literally advocating for the forced settlement and was donating. Wait.
You don't even have evidence of that. You don't even have. You're just
fighting
excuses to try to justify an Islamic terrorist in Australia.
If I have evidence and I provide that, what are you gonna do?
You show it then. Show us.
All right, done.
And anyway, I already said to you, even if he has political views that I disagree with, and I told you I disagree with settling the West Bank, even if he has that view, I still don't think that Islamic terrorists should have shot him in the fucking head in my country.
I agree. When did I deny that?
Okay, they shouldn't be killed by Islamic terrorists. They should just be killed by Islamic terrorists in another country. That was your argument.
Hold on. I don't give a fuck. To be honest, I'm kind of being a smart ass. No, look, the guy doesn't deserve to die. I'm just saying.
You already said that. You said that for 25 minutes.
Bro, look, the reality is, I would never kill somebody. I don't want anyone to die.
Okay, you just justify it. Okay.
No. I swear to God, I'm being a smart ass. My point is, right, if you're sitting here condemning Wissam Haddad, saying he needs to be deported, right, for sharing these sort of extremist right-wing views, then why are you not holding the same standard for someone like this rabbi? Now, granted,
the rabbi was killed. The rabbi was killed by the guy that Wissam Haddad radicalized. Wissam Haddad radicalized an Islamic terrorist who then shot the rabbi in the head alongside 14 other Australians, including a little 10-year-old girl.
Okay,
and then you're basically asking me, why aren't you spitting on the grave of the guy who was just killed in an Islamic terrorist attack in your country? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to condemn the Islamic terrorists who slaughtered them all.
I do as well.
No, you don't. You don't, because you kept on you kept on describing it how you support them.
Wait. When did I say I support them? Can you please tell me?
You just said, some of them should have been killed.
I never said some. I said one.
Oh, just one. Just one of the 15 should have been killed.
Well, actually, as you should know, because you just graduated from the UQ, I assume, right? Some is plural. You're insinuating multiple. I'm saying one, right?
Were you born here in this country?
I was.
Okay. And are you in education?
Am I in education? Yeah, I'm in education. Thanks, bro.
You're in. No, I'm saying. Are you in study
yes,
right now?
I'm currently undertaking my masters. Yes.
Okay, so you're in your masters, and yet you still have these troubling tribal mindsets from the Middle East, where the rabbi should be killed because he has.
Listen, I'm being honest with you. I'm actually being honest with you, right? I'm a pretty conservative Christian, no sex before marriage. I can go on, right? I don't want people, regardless of who they are, getting killed for no fucking reason. Getting killed for their political beliefs in general. That's fucking terrible.
I don't want that either. Right? In Australia, I don't want anyone to be slaughtered like that.
Of course, regardless, just regardless. But what I'm trying to say to you is, how can you sit here and condemn Wissam Haddad, but you can't condemn this cunt?
Because I don't believe that this guy is the same as an ISIS preacher because he signed a defensive weapons system that shoots down Iranian ballistic missiles when they come into Israel.
I'm about to send you a video. Can you please tell me what this says? I want you to screen share it.
It's probably AI. It's probably fucking retarded AI.
No, I swear to God. 1 second. I'll send it on the chat. Here you go.
Okay, I'm putting it on. Hang on, I'm trying to put it on the screen. 1 second. Hang on, putting it on now. Okay.
Can you please tell me what that caption says, please? Because you clearly can't hear the sound.
Yeah, you're saying that he raised money for the Israeli army and justified settlement in the West Bank. Look, I don't think that I don't support settlement of the West Bank, but as I've said multiple times, actually 30 times in this chat, in fact, I don't think that Islamic terror should have slaughtered him in my country.
I agree.
Well, you don't agree because you just spent 20 minutes defending it.
No, I agree. What good has this caused? Regardless if you're a Palestinian, what good has this caused? I agree.
Oh, exactly. I know, but you still spent 20 minutes saying, oh, well, he deserved to die.
No, well, look, at the end of the day, if you're having people dying for fucking dumb shit, right, what they didn't do, they're getting fucking murdered, like what's happening in Gaza, why doesn't this cunt deserve to die?
You're sick, also, man. You're sick. Israel, Palestine is a conflict on the other side of the world. Don't import the tribal hatreds here. Don't kill each other here in our country. Fuck you.
Okay, sure. Wait, look at this. How do I send this?
Just explain to us, right? Why should you be allowed to import the tribal hatred here? Why should you be allowed to kill people in our country?
You shouldn't. As I mentioned to you before, I think last time I was on, I said if you're coming to Australia, you have to showcase more, Australian values and culture.
Well, you say that, but then you spend 15 minutes saying that this guy deserved to die.
Look, at the end of the day, I'm obviously salty about this cunt fucking raising money, right?
Well, just because he raised money, he should be shot by an Islamic terrorist. That's mental.
Well, I mean, he's literally putting people...
You actually demonstrate. You're demonstrating the big problems with the Palestinian movement, because even you're supposed to be this moderate. You're supposed to be this Palestinian Christian. You've got your masters. You're living in Australia. Even you're willing to justify murdering a random guy in Bondi Beach, Australia.
Do you really think that Christianity is moderate?
Well, Christianity doesn't support suicide attacks. Christianity doesn't support ISIS terrorist attacks on Bondi Beach.
Yeah, but it's also not moderate. Like this sort of notion behind, I have to be progressive and I have to accept gays. And
I'm not saying progressive. We're not even talking about gays. We're talking about ISIS people being shot. ISIS people shooting up Bondi Beach.
Bro, I literally said no. I denounce that. It's fucking terrible. I said that to you before.
You don't denounce it because you constantly tried to say, oh well, this guy, he raised money for the IDF. He signed a missile. I'm saying, right? If you are condemning Wissam Haddad, why are you not? There's no moral equivalence. Wissam Haddad is an ISIS preacher who literally believes in killing you because you're a Palestinian. I don't understand why you're fucking suicidal, bro. This guy's an ISIS preacher.
I don't know.
You're supposed to be Christian. He would kill you if he could. He would behead you. He's an ISIS supporter.
Listen, I literally said I condemn Wissam Haddad. I've actually seen him and I've spoke to him in person. The guy's
spoke to him in person.
I have actually spoke to him before. Right?
Tell us about it.
Oh no, like it was just a high and by because one of my mates is a Sunni Muslim. Like I don't. The guy seemed like a decent.
So you've had a positive chat with Wissam Haddad.
No, not really. I just had a high and by to him. I mean, I've never spoke to him. I mean, bro, pretty much everyone in Sydney knows everybody, no? Like this is nothing crazy.
It's a city of 5 million people, and you're saying, oh yeah, everyone knows Wissam Haddad, the ISIS preacher.
No, well, I mean, where is his boss located? Is it in Carlingford?
I don't know. I don't know what he works in.
Well, if his mosque is in Carlingford, I don't live too far.
Well, it's Bankstown, Al Madina Dawah Center, or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I've ran into him before in the southwest. I believe it was fucking, where was it? It was somewhere in Liverpool, but I can't remember where because I was with my mate. And then but that's not important. Look, at the end of the day, I'm sure, you can run into people and they'll be good guys to your face. You know how they're going to be behind the scenes, so that's not important.
What do you say to all the people in the chat who are saying this guy's not actually a real Christian?
No, I'm real Christian. Actually, to be quite honest with you guys are just fucking retarded white Christians. Right, who don't even wait, hold on before you comment on that. You guys don't even
wait. So now I'm white. Hang on, now I'm white. You were saying before I wasn't white. Now
I said everyone in the comments.
Okay.
These guys are probably just white Christians, right? Who occasionally go to church, probably follow an Anglican faith, right? Probably go to church on fucking Easter, Christmas. That's about it, right? You guys need to understand that I'm literally coming from the culture that you guys fucking you guys worship. I know how Arabs are. I'm saying I know how fucking Muslims are, and I'm telling you, not all Muslims are bad. Like I don't know how to further explain it to you because you guys sort of everyone's perception is going to shape their opinion. You don't know shit about Christianity, all right, mate? Yep. I'm
Beautiful.
Orthodox, by the way.
Well, it's good to know. Well, it's pretty disturbing though that you still think that it's okay that an Islamic terrorist killed a random rabbi.
I'm gonna repeat this again. I denounce it. I think it's fucking terrible.
You said that a guy was a conscript. You said that a
Wait,
guy
wait,
that
wait,
was
wait, wait, wait,
conscript
hold on.
30 years ago was a terrorist.
Hold on. I denounce it. I think it's terrible. But just in regards to like sort of know how retarded the people in the comment sections are, the head patriarch of Palestine in Jerusalem has literally said that he would take up arms to defend his brothers and sisters who are Muslim in Jerusalem over the Jews. This is the head patriarch of the Holy Land. And I'm having a bunch of fucking white retards who are Protestant, right? Who don't know shit about the religion, and they're trying to tell me about my own fucking culture. Shut the fuck up. Seriously. What are you talking about? But anyways, I want to go into my sort of reasoning of why I believe the whole attack was forged. Because I tried to
look. Let's do this quickly because I'm only going to stream for about 10 more minutes. So just do it very quickly.
All right. Pretty much all I wanted to say is, so, I mean, look, aside from the fact that, you know, you have Rupert Murdoch's media posting all this false, fake Albanese rhetoric, bro, I mean, it's awfully fucking, like, it's, if you're looking at all the news outlets and Twitter posts and Twitter accounts that are coming out, they're all posting like, oh, get him out. Look, I understand the guy isn't, you know, the most capable. I get it. Right? I get it. But to simply pin him down and be like, oh yeah, the fucking responsibility was on this guy's hands. This is so retarded.
Well, I obviously think that Albanese it's not his full responsibility. He should have done much more to crack down on Islamic extremism in Australia over the past 2 years. I'm not even talking about the Palestinian networks. I'm literally talking about actual ISIS preachers like Wissam Haddad. We literally have an outright ISIS preacher who was preaching in Sydney the whole time and nothing happened. The government everyone was warning the government. Bro, I was posting about Wissam Haddad 2 years ago saying, why is this guy not shut down? Because he was straight up preaching for ISIS.
I agree.
And Albanese knew that. Everyone knew that. He was warned about it and he didn't do anything. So he does have a little bit of responsibility because the government, at the end of the day, they have the responsibility to keep people safe, and they could have kept people safe by shutting down the radical hate preachers, the radical Islamic hate preachers. They knew that they were operating. They didn't shut them down.
Well, I mean, also sort of my second point is, I mean, the shooting went off.
Hang on, I can't hear him.
Who, me?
I can't hear him. Can you guys hear him? Is he talking?
Hello?
Hang on, is this guy still here? I can't hear him.
Are you talking about me? Yeah, I'm here.
I can't hear him. Oh, fucking hell. What's that? Hang on. I can't hear him. Fucking hell.
It's you, mate. Hello?
Hang on, I can't hear this bloke because there's something wrong with my headphones. Hang on. Hang on, I don't know what's wrong with my headphones. 1 second. Fuck. Something's wrong with my headphones. I literally can't hear anything right now. Hang on.
No, I'm here, mate.
Oh, fuck. I don't know what the problem is with my headphones.
Drunken Aussie 76
Okay, hang on.
says the whole discussion.
Can you rejoin, please? Can you ask the bloke to rejoin? I can't hear right now. Okay, try rejoin. I've asked him he can rejoin. I'm trying to work out what's happening with my headphones. Fucking hell, my PC's so annoying. It just always fucks up. Okay, try speak again. I'm trying to work it out. Fucking hell, I can't hear anything still. This is AIDS. Hang on, I'm going to try switch computer. 1 second.
Saint Josiah, you literally have a photo of a Palestinian woman as your profile pic, you fucking retard. Nice try, mate. Mate, how's your masters of Reddit going? You fucking idiot. I'm referencing anecdotal evidence, you dumb cunt. If you I can literally showcase the studies I'm referencing. I was literally claiming that Jews of today are not the closest to the ethnic Jews of of the
Okay, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hello.
Okay, sorry. I switched to my laptop. Something was wrong with my PC.
Joe Biden fan, apply finance. No, not ACU. I'm not.
Okay, hang on. What was the argument? What are we up to? What's the whole argument that we're trying to do?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was saying before. I mean, people can see like saying, "Oh, I'm retarded for saying, oh, it was Mossad, whatever." I think there's a case for both, for both sides. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that Mossad did it. I'm just saying.
How could it be Mossad? The guys literally pledged allegiance to ISIS.
Well, I mean, ISIS have never attacked Israel, so that's number one, right? Second of all,
well, they just killed 15 Jews. They just killed 15 Jews.
But ISIS has never attacked Israel historically.
Well, they just killed 15 Jews in Australia.
But I'm just letting you know, historically speaking, ISIS has never attacked Israel.
I don't know if there's been multiple ISIS plots.
No, it is not. No, it is not. Name me one instance. Name me one instance.
There's been multiple.
Okay, multiple. So you can name one. Go on.
Yeah, I'm funding it up. I'm funding it.
There's been people who have claimed they're politically aligned with ISIS and have killed and have attacked Israel, but ISIS themselves have never actually attacked Israel.
ISIS just killed 15 Jewish people.
Okay, but wait, hold on. This is not ISIS.
By the way, somebody goes, the foreigner Murdoch radicalizing our citizens. Murdoch was born in Australia and he's literally Australian, you retards.
It doesn't fucking matter. He's a Jew. Murdoch is a Jew, right?
Murdoch's Jewish. Are you fucking retarded? He's Jewish. He's not Jewish. Are you fucking retarded?
Yes, he is. Yes, he fucking is.
No, he's not. Are you fucking retarded?
Yes, he is.
No,
look, everyone's going to be like, oh, masters of Reddit. Go on Reddit and just search up.
Oh, go on Reddit. Okay, go on Reddit.
All right, then do it. All right, then do it.
Go on Reddit, and then you'll find out that Murdoch was actually Jewish. It's so fucking retarded.
All right, I'm going to tell you this right now. I didn't even know that Rupert Murdoch is the biggest donor, right, for illegal settlements in the West Bank. Did you know that? Guess how I found it out?
That's not even true.
Yes, it is. Yes, it fucking
Hang
is.
on. I need to jump.
Yeah.
Hang on. Something's
Wait,
wrong with
for
my.
everyone saying Reddit in the comments section,
something's wrong
you
with
are
my
fucking
fucking.
retarded, you dumb white
Hang on,
cunts,
I'm
mate.
leaving for a second to fix my camera.
Easy. Rupert Murdoch is literally the biggest funder of illegal settlements in the West Bank. Regardless whether he practices Judaism, which most Jews don't even practice, it doesn't matter, right? Because Jews want to cherry pick their religion and pick and choose what they want to follow. You're a fucking retard.
Hang on, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, Murdoch's Christian, dude. He's not fucking Jewish. That's retarded.
It doesn't matter whether the guy is religiously Jewish or not. The guy
Arguing that you were just arguing that he was.
Yeah, but Jews of today want to say I'm Jewish, don't go to the synagogue. Like, what does this mean? Are you Jewish ethnically? Which doesn't even make sense according to science, right? Or are you Jewish religiously?
Oh, so there's no such thing as Jews then, okay.
Technically speaking, according to data, and I can link you 2 studies right now at the top of my head, the Jewish genetic genome, you cannot track it. This is impossible.
That's retarded. Hang on, I'm changing my browser. There's something wrong with Google Chrome. 1 second.
What does Rupert Murdoch have anything to do with anything? Are you fucking retarded? Rupert Murdoch owns like all the big news media outlets or whatever. Are you super? Yeah, mate. Drew, you need to join the Rebel News. Christ is king, but literally sucks off fucking Jews, mate. You filthy foreskin eater, mate. Hamas rules the.
Hang on, I'm back here. I'm back here. Hang on. There's some fucking problem with my PC.
Yeah, first of all, as I mentioned before, regardless if Rupert Murdoch is an actual Jew or not,
you're just arguing that Murdoch was Jewish.
The point being is the guy fucking sucks off Jews, right? And his whole pool around him is Jewish. Bro, Donald Trump isn't a Jew, right? He's not a Jew. But look at look at Donald Trump. Look at him. And you tell me everyone around him is Jewish, and look at all the shit they are doing. He's involved within the same ring. Trump's photos literally got fucking. I'm pretty sure I'm not too familiar with like the whole Epstein thing.
You should be thankful to Trump because he stopped Israel from fighting. He forced them to do a ceasefire.
Oh, I should be thankful. Trump has donated $18 billion from last year to donate to the IDF. Are you fucking stupid? Are you stupid?
Every American president supports
okay, but
Israel.
No American president has.
He created a ceasefire. You should honestly be thankful.
Hold on. No American president has had this unequivocal support for Israel. He's donated $18 billion for them, right?
Oh, okay. If no American has had that, if no American has had that level of support for Israel, then why the fuck did all the retarded people from Dearborn support him then? There were all these Palestinians who were saying, vote for Trump. He might not be as bad as Kamala.
Bro, first of all, I don't know if you've ever met an American, right? Americans in general don't tend to be the most educated. That's number one. Number two, I'm sorry, it's true. Americans are just fucking stupid, right? Number two, look, I'm not too involved with sort of US politics. I don't know why they would vote for him, right? Aside from the fact where like Trump is a gronk, I would vote for him over the latter. I'm telling you this now. Am I fucking voting for Trump?
You're telling me that you think that Trump is controlled by the Jews, but you'd vote for him.
Do you not think Trump is controlled by Jews?
No, he's not controlled by Jews.
Before you answer, hold on, mate. Before you answer this question, I just want to understand sort of what your comment section and your followers actually like their sort of perspectives on things are. So, do you not agree? Do you reject the premise that Trump isn't controlled by Jews? Do you reject that premise?
Yeah, I do reject that premise. Of course, he's not controlled by Jews.
Yeah. Are you fucking retarded?
You just think that anybody who doesn't like admit or just constantly spurg about the Jews and constantly just like complain about them constantly, you think anybody who doesn't complain about Jews constantly is controlled by the Jews because you're Palestinian, you're obsessed with it,
bro. I can promise to Jesus Christ, even before I was like sort of very pro-Palestinian on this, because I was never, even as a Palestinian, I wasn't always pro-Palestinian. I was once upon a time very against Islam, believe it or not, right? And then regardless of where they come from, I was always against them. But the reason I've shifted my views a lot is because when you actually go to the Middle East and you see how Muslims are, right, it's a lot different, right? What I would
Explain that.
some guy just said, "Is this guy Mossad? He's making the other side seem very dumb." Are you referring to me? Oh well.
You were saying that Trump's Jewish. You're saying Rupert Murdoch's Jewish. You're just like upset. Anybody you disagree with is Jewish.
Mate, regardless whether I'm gonna say this again, regardless whether who's that Frydenberg cunt? What's his name?
Josh
Is it
Frydenberg.
Josh? Like that's
Josh
just like that's just the first cunt that came to my name. Regardless whether blokes like that are actually religiously Jewish and maintain
he
their
is
shit.
Jewish. He is Jewish.
Wait,
Well,
hold
Josh
on.
Frydenberg is Jewish.
Yeah, but if you're born Christian,
His grandmother
then you're
was
born-
his grandmother was literally a Holocaust survivor.
okay. Anyways, let me go on. If you actually are born a religion, it doesn't matter. If you don't practice that religion, you're not that religion. That's how it works, right? Second of all, somebody in the comment left a really good point saying Trump said he identifies as Jewish. That's actually a really good point. Didn't you see that video of Trump the other day? Oh, I don't believe it. This is false.
Maybe he was Trump. I don't know. I haven't even seen the video. He said, you know, that Trump said a billion different things at different times. He constantly jokes. He constantly takes the piss.
I agree. I agree. I agree with what this cunt said. This guy's actually not that retarded. Trump is a Freemason. Yeah, 100% he is.
No, he's not. What's a Freemason? How's Trump a Freemason?
I mean, Freemasonry is ultimately, a fucking cult, right? Where pretty much everyone starts.
How's Trump Freemason?
I don't know. I'm not Trump. I have no affiliation to Trump.
Okay, well, you're the one making the argument.
But I mean, there's more evidence to suggest that he is a Freemason than he isn't.
Okay, what's the evidence? What's the evidence? Tell us.
I mean, the cunt was on the Epstein Island, wasn't he? I don't know too much about this. I can't be speaking about it, but he was on the Epstein Island, wasn't he?
Well, I think he was on the plane. I don't know if he was on the island. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a Freemason, but yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, the guy's pretty much like he's revolved around a fucking satanic ring.
Whatever. Anyway, let's stop talking about Trump. This is annoying. What was the main thing you were trying to say? Bondi was a false.
I mean, look. The reality is this. I know, sort of a news outlet released several images about the what do you call it? About those terrorist cunts that were shooting up the Jews in Bondi.
Yeah.
Saying like they weren't farming and stuff. They were practicing like I don't know if you saw those photos.
Yeah, I saw the photos.
Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, people can have their own opinion, but I mean, if you break it down, the gun he was using was, I believe it was called a Beretta BRX1, which is a bolt action. Look, I don't know anything about guns, but I'm just saying that gun can only hold 5. No, wait, hold on. I don't need to because I'm just using simple logic here, right?
Okay.
ChatGPT suggests that gun can only fire 30 rounds. Wait, hold on. That gun can only fire 30 rounds a minute. Right? If that's the case, which it's true, I mean, nobody's denying that it's a bolt action, right? The shooting went on for 6.5 minutes.
They had 6 different guns. They had 6 different guns, dude. They brought 6 guns.
I'm not denying that.
There were 2 people and they had 6 guns.
I'm not denying that. However, Naveed, who was the son, was charged with 45 counts. Sorry, 55. He was charged with 59 counts, but 55 of those counts were murder and attempted murder. So I believe it was 15. 15 of those counts were murder. Then I'm saying as a combined total, right? 15 of those counts were murder, 40 were attempted murder, and the other 4 were like some bomb charges or like terrorism charges, whatever, right?
Yeah, so, they tried to throw bombs too.
Yeah, so pretty much, right? If you actually break it down, because a lot of people are like trying to talk shit saying simple logic, ChatGPT. If you actually break it down, if the shooting went on for 6.5 minutes and Naveed himself was charged for 55 counts of murder and attempted murder, right? Then that means he must have been he had to shoot somebody, including the reload speed, every 6.5 seconds.
Dude, he was an okay. I'll explain, right?
I'm just saying. No, wait, hold on.
There were 2 of them. Wait, no, here's where you're wrong, right? There were 2 of them. Between the 2 of them, they shot and killed dozens of people. But they can't charge the father because the father's dead. So they just give every single charge.
He was charged. Right? he was charged from what he only killed. So I
No.
from
No, every single person who died, he's been charged with, and every person who was shot, he's been charged with, even though
So
he
do
didn't
we
shoot
know-
everyone.
So do we know how many people his dad killed and how many people he killed?
Well, they haven't done a breakdown. I don't know. They haven't done a breakdown. They normally in a murder, right? Okay, you know this, for example. If you are in if there's a bank robbery and somebody kills somebody in the bank, the getaway driver gets charged with murder as well. You know that, right? That's the Australian law.
Yes, as an accomplice.
Yes. So even if he didn't personally shoot somebody, if his father shot the person and killed them, the son will get the murder charge as well because they were accomplices, obviously.
No, I understand that. I'm not a lawyer. I just don't know
Also,
how exactly
if you look at the videos, he was reloading so fast. He was militarily trained. They went to the Philippines. They trained. He was really good at shooting.
But see, that was my next point. Actually, Al Jazeera released a news article suggesting that he didn't train. No. Well, hold on.
No, they went to the Philippines. They went to the.
No, they confirmed it. They didn't actually train in the. They didn't do any military training overseas, and that sort of that photo that.
Okay, so why were they in the Philippines? Why did they go to a place in the Philippines that was known for ISIS recruitment and?
Well, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you, but what I will tell you is that Al Jazeera, the article, which is the most reliable thing we have, suggests that they didn't do any military training overseas, and it makes sense because I mean those farm photos that we saw before. There was an article, you know which one I'm talking about, saying there were previous hunting and whatnot, right? They clearly got their training from here.
Well, okay, they say they were trained here. How does that make your argument different? What's the point here?
I'm saying, like, bro, people ask, wait, hold on, I just want to break this down.
You're saying that Mossad trained them in Australia or some shit.
I don't believe Mossad trained them.
Okay,
I'm just saying, as soon as that attack happened, here's what I'm saying. Right? Because the Israel narrative is, I know you said don't talk about Israel, but the narrative, as soon as the shooting happened, Netanyahu came out saying, oh, you know, this was because Albanese decided to recognize a Palestinian state.
Well, I don't think it's because he recognized the Palestinian. I think that's retarded.
I understand.
Listen to me say this right here. I think it's a retarded idea that the shooting happened because Albanese recognized Palestine. That's not why it happened. It happened because ISIS extremists decided to kill people. But where Albanese is at fault is that Albanese could have cracked down on the ISIS extremists. He had years to do it, and he never did.
Yeah, wait, so I just want to answer this. First of all, I never said Al Jazeera is reliable. And first of all, the other guy said, oh, now I believe the media. The difference is Al Jazeera isn't owned by Rupert Murdoch. And second of all,
it's owned by the Qatari royal family. So the Qatari royal family.
Exactly. Wait, hold on. But that's my point. They have different agendas to push, right? I'm just saying.
So you like Al Jazeera because it's run by a Muslim government rather than.
I actually don't like Al Jazeera.
Well, you just cited
what I'm saying, that's the most, and that's where my next point comes. I'm saying that's the most reliable article that we have now, right? Now, present. Until we receive something else, then we can suggest, right, that this article is redundant. But that's the most reliable piece of knowledge that we have now. People are so stupid. How can they not see this, right? Anyways, look, here's the reality. They did not train overseas. At least that's what it seems like. If there's no evidence to suggest that they trained militarily overseas, right? As soon as the shooting happened, right, you had all these news outlets, which, no offense, Drew, are sort of politically aligned with your beliefs, suggesting that Iran was actually involved, which doesn't even make any sense because
I haven't seen anyone say that Iran was at fault. I didn't see anybody make that allegation.
Bro, so many people were suggesting that Iran was involved. So I can literally cite fucking 5 Twitter accounts right now.
Oh my god!
Well, a Twitter account, a news article.
Why are you saying this random shit to me? I didn't say that Iran did it. I know.
I never said you did. I'm just saying people, right, who share a similar political opinion to you, right, are saying X, Y, Z. How is that wrong to say?
Because I've got different political views to these people. You're just trying to say, oh well, all the Zionists think the exact same.
I'm just saying. Why is this guy calling me a Beirut guy?
I don't know.
Anyways, that's all I'm saying. I never said Mossad was up to it. However, if Mossad was let's assume that they hypothetically were, right? Let's assume. Hold on.
Okay.
These are hypotheticals here. You need to consider. Let's assume that they were. I mean, look what's happening.
We could also assume that Islamic terrorists did it. We could also assume that Islamic terrorists did it. Let's think for a second. Did Islamic terrorists do it? Yes. Okay, but yeah.
I'm just saying, if we hypothetically assume that that this attack was carried out by Mossad, right? I mean, they got what they want. They clearly want division, right? Because that's number. Look what they're fucking pushing for, bro. How, bro? And Netanyahu, regardless of what political opinion you wanna have, here's the reality. Netanyahu.
Islamic extremists want to kill Jews. The Islamic extremists did what they wanted to do. It's the problem at the end of the day.
Okay, but we're not talking about Islamic extremists.
Do you understand that ISIS supporters actually want division? You're saying, oh, the only people who want division is Israel. No, I think ISIS supporters want division. They want to kill non-Muslims because they're ISIS.
I'm saying if we put aside our biases right now, right? If we hypothetically assume that Mossad did do this, okay? Albanese
also hypothetically assume that Muslims did this, which is
okay. Yeah, and this is another outcome to consider. But let's adopt this outcome first.
Okay. Just as equal to say that the Jews did themselves.
No. I'm just saying hypothetical because this is my point. My point is I believe that there could be Mossad involvement. That's what I'm saying. This is my point. Okay. I'm not saying that Islamic extremists didn't do this. I'm just saying there's this chance that they also did. Innocent until proven guilty, no?
Okay. Oh, so true. But wow.
I mean,
good.
Wow. I mean, we could say what we want. We can say what we want, right? Look, at the end of the day, Mossad has, regardless of your political beliefs, Mossad has always carried out, right, terrorist attacks, right, in foreign countries. Yes, they have. Would you like me to cite 3 of them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The King David bombing, before it was technically Israel, was a Mossad attack. That's one.
Mossad didn't even exist then. That was Ergun and Lehi. I'm pretty sure the King David. I'm pretty sure
that was hold on. But that was the precursor. That was ultimately the precursor to what Mossad was. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Right? Well, anyway, next one.
The Israeli embassy in the UK. Search it up. You wouldn't know about it because you're.
There was no evidence that it was.
And search it up, screen share, and you tell me what you say. Sorry.
Yeah, hang on. I'm putting it up on the screen.
Bro, but I just find it funny how ignorant some fucking Aussies are. Like, guys, you need to understand. Look, at the end of the day, I was raised here with a Middle Eastern background. You know, news has always been sort of up. Whatever Israel's up to, right? When I was growing up, bro, this has been going on for way too fucking long. Like, you guys are new to this. You think the fucking
bro. I'm reading this here. 2 Palestinian engineers, Samar Alami and Jawad Botmer, were later convicted of conspiracy to cause explosions in connection with the attacks.
That's not the story.
That's what the Wikipedia says.
No, that's not the story. There's another one.
Okay, where is it?
Hold on, let me find it.
Convicted at the Old Bailey of conspiracy to cause explosions related to the 1994 bombings.
No, I don't think it happened in 94. I can't remember the year it happened, but I remember I saw a lady talking about it, a journalist speak about it. Hold on.
And yeah, dude, you actually do harbor a lot of hostility to white Australians because you're here going, the white Aussies are so ignorant. Like, you should be a bit grateful to the country that let you in.
You are calling, don't call Aussies ignorant. You are blatantly being racist.
Well, yeah, you're showing respect to white Australians, even though white Australians let your family into the country.
Well, first, here's the reality of things, right? Regardless whether
don't piss on white Australians. They let you into the country.
No, hold on. I don't piss on white Australians. I'm just saying they're fucking retarded because they believe.
You don't piss on that every single white Australian's retarded. You need to be deported, man. You need to be deported.
Listen. At the end of the day, you're having fucking retards like Creator Enterprise, right? Who's saying, don't call Aussies ignorant. You are being blatantly racist, right? You probably think
you have hostility to white Australians. You have a lot of hostility to white Australians.
I don't. I just think they're retarded. That's about it.
Oh, okay. You just think that every single white Australian's a chance,
Anyway,
dude.
sort of going.
You need
Wait,
back to Beirut, dude. Back to Beirut.
Hold on. Back to Beirut. I'm not from Beirut.
Yeah, I know. Well, you can just go to Beirut.
Aussies are having enough of this racist crap. You is not ignorant. We are not retarded.
You've got to go back. I'm sorry, man. Your level of hostility to white Australians, despite the fact that your family were allowed into the country and allowed to prosper here, you have to go back. I'm sorry. The level of hostility you have to white Australians is unacceptable.
Well, but I mean, hypothetically speaking, right? White Australians aren't the custodians of the land. They don't own it. I mean, look, we can.
They built the country. They built the country. Australia didn't exist until Europeans came to the country.
Hold on.
You're trying. You spit on white Australians and mock them, and then you try to say it's actually not their country in the first place. They never built the country. Oh, it's actually Aboriginal.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. First of all, I never said white Australians didn't build the country, right? But guess what? Wait, here's the reality of things. All of you are sitting here saying, "Oh yeah, I was about to comment on that." Sorry, just going back. You question about Mossad terrorist attacks. I mean, we have the fucking USS Liberty, which is the Levant affair, when Israel committed.
By the way, I'm giving you heads up. I'm gonna end the stream at 2 hours live. I'm gonna end the stream in about 10 minutes.
Sure. Anyways, you're sitting here saying, right? When has Mossad done a terrorist attack? You literally have the Levant affair. You have the Baghdad bombings in 1951, right? And if you don't know, let me just inform all the fucking retards in the crowd, right? The Baghdad bombings was ultimately when the Iraqi Jews, right, were being were pledging their allegiance to Iraq. Israel indiscriminately bombed Iraq, right? So to threaten their safety, so they can move overseas, right? Are you disputing this? There's literal factual evidence on this.
You're butchering the narrative so much.
Search it up, you fucking idiot. So wait, and while you're there, why don't you search up Israel 2000 Yemenis, right? Because in 1950, Israel, right, and it was called Operation Magic Carpet. You can literally look it up. Israel literally abducted, like, I believe it was 2,000 Yemeni babies, right? They abducted 2,000 Yemeni babies and stole them from their mothers. Why don't you go search that up rather than fucking talking shit?
I mean this one, Yemen ethnically cleansed the entire Jewish population. Like many cases. Like how many Jews were ethnically cleansed from the Middle East? It was a sickening amount.
Bro, they got kicked out because not that they were poisoning the fucking wells. They were doing that in Europe. That's a different thing.
Oh, wow. Okay, bro. Wow. The Jews deserve to be kicked out because they're poisoning the wells. You actually sound like fucking right, dude. You're like this guy.
The Jews got kicked out. The Jews got kicked out of the Middle East, right? During the Bar Kokhba revolt. That's a different story, right? The Jews have been kicked out of fucking.
You should be living in the Middle East. You've got the exact same mindset as the third world. You should be living.
Hold on. I can almost promise to Jesus Christ. Here's the reality. I can promise to God, if you ask any Arab, right? You ask any Arab, would you rather live in Australia? And don't get me wrong, I'm fucking grateful to be an Australian. But if you ask any Arab, if your country wasn't being fucking invaded, right? Would you live here or the Middle East? I can almost guarantee you every fucking Arab will be like, yeah, fucking Middle East. 100%.
Okay,
Bro,
Jordan's safe. I'll list the Arab countries that are safe for you. Jordan's safe. Lebanon is relatively safe. Egypt is safe. There's multiple countries you can live in, man.
Let me just elaborate on something.
Kuwait is safe. Kuwait's safe. Qatar's safe.
Are you ready for this, idiot?
UAE, United Arab Emirates.
Are you ready for this?
Live there. You don't have to live here.
I'll answer you. First of all, okay, Egypt is not an Arab country. That's where you're wrong, right? They're not Arabs. 2, right? Jordan is actually where a lot of Palestinians live. The issue with Jordan is hold on.
Live there.
The issue then. Hold on. The issue with Jordan is constantly at threat, right, from the neighboring countries, and it's not safe, right? And there's not.
Yeah.
And look, I don't want to bring.
Peace with Jordan.
I know, bro. How are you trying to tell me, right, about my own culture? I know what they fucking do and what they don't do. Lebanon is not safe, right? And in regards to the Gulf countries, bro, I know. I'm planning on potentially moving to Dubai, I know.
I hope you do, bro. I'll pay for your ticket, bro. I hope you do.
Wait,
That'd be fucking great.
Wait, hold on.
Please go to
The
Dubai.
reason is, wait, hold on. The reason is, right, is because you, and mind you're saying, I hope you do. Mind you, all these white fucking retards, like the bitch in the comment section, has been like, oh, how are you being so blatantly racist?
Get out of our country,
fucking...
bro. Literally get out of our country. You hate white Australians.
It's not yours. You're fucking black, mate. You wait. I can promise to God, if we want to say our country, right? I can promise to God, white people do not. If you go and you're like that one meme of like the black cat looking in the mirror and pretending he's white.
My family came in.
It doesn't matter. Your genome. Wait, hold on. Your genome isn't derived from fucking Europe. You're not European. Right?
My great grandfather came to Australia in 1950 under the White Australia policy. I've always been treated.
But you're not European. You're not European.
I'm European. My family all have European Union passports because they're Cypriot. I'm Greek. I'm culturally.
Cypriot is in the Middle East. You fucking idiot.
And my it's actually hilarious.
Cypriots are in the Middle East. You fucking retard.
My great grandfather came to Australia under the White Australia policy.
Wait.
Unfortunately, you hate white Australians so much. You need to.
Why don't you search up where Cyprus is before you continue? Why don't you search it up and
Cyprus in the Eastern Mediterranean? Cyprus.
No. Why don't you search it up and screen share and show us where Cyprus is? Because a lot of retards in the comments
in the Mediterranean Ocean.
I want to see what Google has to say. Why don't you search it up?
Cyprus is in the Mediterranean Ocean. I know. I've seen it on a map before. Cyprus is in the Eastern Mediterranean Ocean.
The Mediterranean isn't an ocean; it's a sea. That's number one, right? And second, I just searched up right now. Where is Cyprus located? It says the Middle East. Oh, okay.
No,
you are not genetically.
It's literally part of the European Union. It's culturally European. And listen, I have no problem with. I have no problem.
So why don't Cyprus play? Why don't Cyprus play in soccer? Why don't they play in soccer?
Let me explain to you. I've got no problem with non-white people living in Australia. No problem at all. I love the diversity. But if you hate white Australians, and you clearly hate white Australians, you need to.
I don't hate, bro.
I promise you have such arrogance. You were calling all white Australians retards. You have to leave the country. You hate.
Wait, before you continue, bloke says Cyprus is not part of the Middle East, retard. Please search up which continent is Cyprus in, please.
Cyprus is in the EU. Cyprus is in the
EU. Then show us. Wait, then show us. Show us. Why don't you search it? Why don't you screen share?
Show us, brother.
I'll screen share. Hold up.
Show us, brother.
Wait, how do I screen share this shit?
It's so funny that it's so funny that you're literally a neo-Nazi when you're literally an Arab neo-Nazi. It's funny.
Oh, what does this say? Can you guys not see that?
Well, it's literally you don't even know how to fucking stream share.
Wait, hold on.
Cyprus is a Greek country. It's part of the European Union. It's always been part of the Western world. It's always been part of
What does this say? Wait, hold on.
There were Greeks.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What does this say?
Yeah, it's not in the Middle East. It's part of the European Union.
Okay, but what does this say?
That's what Google says. It's not.
What does it say? Please repeat after me. What does it say?
It says Middle East on the Google thing that you're telling me. I know that Cyprus.
So Google's wrong now, right? Are your fucking retard? Are your retard followers?
Cyprus, at the end of the day, is a European country.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
It's a Greek island. Cyprus is a Greek island. It's got Greek culture. I don't hate white Australians. I'm assimilated into white Australian culture. You hate white Australians. You were telling me.
What does this say?
You literally said 5 minutes ago that you think every single white Australian is retarded. So you have to leave the country.
What does this say? What? Can you please repeat to me what this says?
Read it. It says Middle East. I understand. It is still, at the end of the day, part of the European Union.
Listen, people are so retarded. Like, you need to understand something. I don't give a fuck. Facts don't care about your feelings. Whenever you think, fucking, it's part of the European Union. Bro, Israel literally competes in European soccer federations. Does that mean it's European?
Bro, Cyprus is literally in the European Union.
Bro, Armenia, I'm pretty sure is considered European. Armenia is not European. Armenia is
Armenia's
Eurasian.
Armenia's pretty
Oh,
Western.
really? Yeah. You're retarded.
You're so jealous, bro. You're so jealous. You're jealous, unfortunately. Bro,
What?
I have no problem.
Why would I
Listen,
be jealous?
Listen, I've got nothing against you on race, nothing at all. My problem with you is that you hate white Australians and you have an arrogant culture. You have an arrogant problem. You have an arrogant attitude towards white Australians.
I'll tell you what. Just before we end the stream, just before we end the stream, I want people to know why I have a rhetoric towards white Australians. I'm going to explain why, right?
You hate
Because
them, dude. You hate them.
no, I don't hate them.
Why
No,
do you live in this country if you hate Australians?
Wait, hold on. I don't hate white Australians, but I'm going to explain why, right? Why sort of I have this anti-rhetoric, and I shit on them a lot of the times. I do shit on them, but I don't hate them. And the reason is because a lot of the Arabs came here. They fled fucking war, right? They fled war, and I'll be honest, the Greeks as well, Greeks and Turks. They fled fucking war overseas, right? And they built something of themselves despite having fucking nothing, right? The problem is with white Australians is, do you disagree?
I think some people built something, not all of them. The jihadists who shot up the Bondi terrorist attack, the Bondi beach attack.
We're literally on a different topic here. The reality is, white Australians are nowhere near, right, the fucking highest household income earners. We're seeing all these fucking white Australians moving to areas like Mountie, right, because they can't afford it. They can't afford it anymore. They're moving more out west, right?
There's more to life than money. There's more to life than money. You're crass.
Hold on. But this, no, I get that.
Wow,
Trust me.
The Arab tobacco shop gang lords, they have all this money, therefore they're better Australians than the people who built the country.
I never said that. Wait, hold on. I never said that. But what I am saying is, the problem is the issue with that sort of the Arab community, and I'll be honest, a lot of them say this, right, is because a lot of the Arabs, as I said, they came here, they had nothing. They had fucking nothing, right? They came here
and then the Alameddine crime family built a fucking meth empire. Who cares?
Hold on. That's not true, right? Sorry, that's true.
I like this comment. The British built an entire country in 200 years from nothing on the other side of the world.
The British. Wait. Hold on.
What did the Alameddine crime family do? They built a fucking meth empire.
Wait. Are you ready for this? Wait. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? The British built a country in 200 years. Guess what, you fucking idiot? Qatar literally owns more of the fucking UK property than English people.
You hate white people. It's so obvious you hate white people.
Wait.
Resentment.
This is my point. This is my point.
I hope you go to Dubai.
Okay, but this is my point. White people. Oh, by the way.
Won't be surrounded by people.
Also, this retard saying, we built Britain in 200 years. Mate, Dubai and the UAE and the Saudi and the Kuwait and all these Gulf countries, if you go there, right, you probably never afford to go there anyways. Now, I'm not saying you, Drew, but I'm saying these other countries, probably you as well, to be honest, right? But I'm saying these.
I've been multiple times, bro. It's not that good. Okay, I've been there multiple times.
But hold on. What I'm insinuating is this, right? I'm saying these cunts built these countries in 20 years, right? You fucking idiots, not you. I'm saying Aussies. I see they're saying, we built this country in 200 years.
Australia's a much nicer country than the Gulf countries. Australia's a much nicer country than any country.
I can almost guarantee you nobody shares that opinion. I can almost guarantee you.
No one wants to live in Lebanon, brother. No one. That's why you come to our country.
Gulf country, you fucking idiots.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just saying nobody wants to go to the Middle East and live in Lebanon. We're happy living in Australia. Australia's 1,000 times better.
That's not the argument here. The argument is here. If I go up to the average Aussie and I say to him, hey, if I give you a house in Dubai or a house in fucking Sydney, where you choose, I can promise
the average Aussie 1,000% lives in Sydney. Maybe the fucking retarded like Alameddine crime family drug lords that you talk to, maybe they'll go want to live in a fucking Dubai gold mansion. We don't give a fuck. Get out of our country. You're not even Australian in the first place.
You are fucking black, cunt. You are black. You are actually.
Hold on. You're coping. I felt
My grandfather came.
My family came here in the 50s.
Under the White Australia policy.
Listen. You're getting cooked, mate. You're getting cooked. I can promise to God, if the shooter came out in Naveed Akram and they showed a photo of you and they said Pakistani man fucking kills a bunch of rats, then I'll be like, yeah, sure, right? This guy's Pakistani. I would confuse you for a Paki.
Yeah, sure, bro. Sure. You're spewing because you're not even Western. You're not a Westerner. You must be spewing.
Bro, I can promise you.
You hate white people. You're built with fucking resentment into your chip on your shoulder.
Why would I hate white people?
I like Australia. I actually love Australia. I actually love Australia. I actually love the West. I love my culture that I was born with. And I don't have to be a chip on my shoulder like you. It's disgusting.
Bro, this guy is so fucking retarded. Yeah, mate, go fucking sit in your fucking house, right? We're next door to the Forbes at the fucking lower socioeconomic status, like the fucking places with the lower socioeconomic status, and say, I hate white people. The difference is, here's the reality. Here's the difference, right? You are having all these immigrants, and I'm not pro-immigration. I'm just saying you're having all these fucking immigrants come in, right? And they're fucking overtaking white people.
Yeah, so you want the replacement. You want the replacement. You want to kill white
people. No, but that's why I'm saying white people pick up your game.
You want to have a revenge fantasy for Palestine. Okay, well, you need to leave the country. You need to go live in Dubai, go live in Turkey, go live in Lebanon. We don't want you in our country.
But who's we? We is plural. You're
we is Australian. I'm Australian, 4th generation. Sorry that you're not.
Bro, I can promise to God, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know you hate Australians, so leave the country.
Listen, I'll tell you this. My family came with $0 fucking dollars in their pocket, right? With $0 in their pocket.
They came with $0 in your pocket.
Why are you doing an English accent?
You're doing your little woggy accent. My family came with nothing, brother. My family came with nothing. Now we have a gold talent.
Hold on. I'm saying my family came with $0 in their pocket, right? $0 in their fucking pocket, right? And I can promise to God that, and I'm not the type of person.
I promise to God, bro. I've got a gold chain, bro. I promise to God, bro. I've got a gold chain, bro.
I think. Hold on. I think you're missing the point here. The point is what I'm insinuating is the fact that my family and a lot of other Arabs came from nothing, right? And they've made something of themselves. While you
know, wallah, cuz we've got a gold chain, bro.
I was just reading some Twitter comments, and apparently it took you 9 years to finish.
Bro, I've got a Ferrari, brother. I got a Lamborghini, bro. We sell tobacco in our fucking gangland shops.
Okay, but just saying, is it true that it took you 9 years to finish off the Bachelor of Arts?
I had a 5-year break from uni. I went off and did other stuff.
Can you explain?
Yeah. I went to the front lines of Ukraine, reported from there. I ran for parliament. I have Elon Musk following me and retweeting my stuff. I've got the vice president of the United States retweeting me. I've done a lot of other things and just graduate from a degree.
So like, just letting you know, you're like what, 29 now? 28?
No, I'm 26.
Okay, fair enough. I actually have a lot of Cypriot family, half Cypriot, half Palestinian, right? And I know obviously Cypriots are pretty close, sort of culturally to us. When are you getting married?
I don't know, probably in the next couple of years, bro.
How are you going to be able to afford it?
I'll be fine, bro. I'm actually happy. I'm happy, man.
Is that like the sort of Israel paychecks that are coming in, hey?
Oh, yeah. The Israel paychecks, bro. So, voila, brother, I get the gold chains. We sell meth on the street, and we get the gold chains, bro. And the white Aussies don't understand.
We shouldn't allow people of cousin marriages.
We sell the tobacco gangland.
And
where'd you get your money from? Where'd your family get your money from? Was it a gangland scheme? Was it selling tobacco?
No, actually,
was it the end of the fraud?
No, actually, my family are quite successful property developers.
Oh, property developers. Beautiful, bro. Beautiful.
Yeah, they actually contribute to the society.
Yeah. The property developers really contribute. Yeah.
They do. They provide. Wait, hold on. We need to build 1 million dwellings before 2028, right?
No. We can just deport people. We don't need to have 1 million.
Hold on. That's not your opinion, though. Wait, that's a fact. We need to actually build 1 million dwellings before 2028. My family are contributing to that.
Okay, it's actually amazing. You were gloating before that the white Australians are getting replaced in their own country, and then now you're saying, "Oh, my family, they're building all these dwellings. That's what the country needs." Yeah, you just hate white people. It's very obvious.
No, as I said before, I actually don't hate white people. I just think that white people. No, and I swear to God. No. Here's my point. No, here's my point. I think that white people are sitting there complaining about immigration and all this stuff, right? As they should, but then they're not doing themselves. They're not doing better. They're not doing sort of any favors by bettering themselves. They're not bettering themselves. The immigrants are coming in, right? And they're moneymakers, and that's the reality of things. I'm sorry, like you can say what
you came to a country that was already built up before you came, and then you leached off it.
Who, me?
Yeah.
How? Can you explain?
How? Because you just spent the last 30 minutes. Okay, let's go through your record tonight. You cheered on a terrorist attack on Bondi, saying that some of them deserve to die. You then said that every single white Australian was retarded and that they were inferior to you. Like you just goes on. You said all Jews are rats. You're like a disgusting racist yourself. And then when I started making fun of your accent, you started going, "Oh, Drew, you're actually black. You're actually black."
No, actually, you said that I'm a white Australian. We need to deport. We Australians need to deport you out. That's actually what I said.
I said deport you because you said that every single white Australian was retarded.
What I'm insinuating is the fact that
you literally said that every single white
Australian.
I
did say that. I don't. Well, I'm not backtracking. I don't backtrack what I say. I'm saying that white Australians. I'm saying that white Australians are complaining about immigration and like Islamicists and whatever, as they should, right? But these people who are coming in are making more money and contributing more to society than
you
what
don't
they
have
are.
the same mindset as us. You don't have the same mindset as us.
What?
Just coming to a country that was already built up and then just leeching off it.
Wait. No. Honest to God. Wait, hold on. I'm actually
like a cooking shop or a fucking tobacco gangland shop. That's not being Australian. That's not becoming part of our country. That's not being part of our values and our civilization. That was already built before you, and then being arrogant and looking down on the people who built the country before you, and just thinking I'm better than you because I have a fucking chicken shop. No, that's not what being Australian is.
I don't wait. First of all, I just mentioned to you, I don't own a chicken shop. Right, my family are property developers, right? So don't try to diminish what they are. That's number one. Number two, okay. What I'm insinuating, I'm going to repeat this again. What I'm insinuating, I will vote to literally anyone that promises to support people like this. All right, yeah, nice one, bro. How much money do you have in your bank account?
Please go to Dubai. Please, we will literally fundraise your ticket to go to Dubai. Leave the country, please. We're begging you. Go to Dubai.
Wait, hold on. Anyways, what I'm saying is the fact that first of all, my parents didn't leech off anything, right? They came, they made opportunity for themselves, right? And that's the reality of it, right? That's the reality. Okay, you can't sit here and be like, I'm leeching because I'm doing X, Y, Z. That doesn't make any sense, right?
I'll tell you.
If half these white cunts,
you come to a wealthy first world developed country that's already built up by people who are not you, and then you come here, you make a bit of money, and then you immediately spit on the people who built the country already before you.
First of all, this country was built not by whites. Right? It was built on the fucking hands of the Greeks, of the Italians, of the fucking Afghans.
Greeks and Italians are white. Greek and Italians are white. And a lot of non-Europeans, I'm not saying that it was just white people. A lot of non-Europeans contributed, obviously.
Wait. Hold on.
I'm saying a lot of people contributed.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish off my point.
Which you did.
Hold on, let me finish off my point. Right? I'm saying the fact is this. I'm saying a lot of people, right? A lot of the people that sort of helped obviously contribute to Australia's current development and to sort of affluency, right? Were not white Anglo-Saxons. That's not the reality.
I'm not saying it was just them. I wasn't saying it was just them. But what built this country was British institutions, the rule of law, common law, the British culture. That's what built the country. That's the thing that allowed everybody to build a flourishing, prospering society here. And yet you're mocking the white Australians and you're saying they're all retarded and you're saying that they're all disgusting and that they're all
hold on.
Nobody should ever accept.
Hold on. I mean, the white Australians who literally fucking protest or Anzac Day, this, that, literally attacked my people, right, in Gallipoli. They attacked the Palestinians.
Well, don't come to the country then. Don't come to Australia.
Wait.
Let me explain to you. If you hate white Australians because of Gallipoli 100 years ago, don't come to Australia then.
Wait. Do you really think, and here's my question to you. Do you really think that considering of the basis of how the Gulf countries look right now, do you really think Arabs, Lebanese, and all these other Iraqis, especially Iraqis, do you think a lot of these people who sort of came for immigration, do you think they would have came, right, if the British and sort of didn't aid to sort of, so if the British didn't contribute to the country's downfall, do you think they would have came? Just for reference, wait, just for reference.
Like it's bullshit, and I'll explain to you why. Like, there's massive Albanian migration to Britain today, but Britain didn't occupy Albania. Britain didn't colonize Albania. It's just people coming because they want money.
Bro, what do you mean? The reason why there's a lot of Albanians who came to fucking what do you call it? Who immigrated to Britain is because of the Yugoslavian war. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Britain didn't cause the Yugoslavian war. If anything, Britain actually helped to end it.
Well, I mean, technically, isn't Britain and the US the same people?
The US didn't cause the Yugoslav wars as well. That's retarded.
No, but they contributed to it. Didn't they bomb Kosovo and Serbia?
It's so much more complicated than that. That they bombed the.
Then go and explain it. I'm all ears. Then explain it.
The war had been going for years before that happened.
Listen, the reality is this, right? Every country where you're having immigrants from, the reason why they have came to said country is because their country had been destabilized previously by X country.
That's correct.
Oh, so wait. So you think? Wait, hold on. So do you know why?
When did Australia destabilize China?
Wait, hold on. So you think? I'm saying most, not all, right? So you think your family left Cyprus to come to Australia just for no reason?
They came 70 years ago, 70, 80 years ago.
Wait, is that what you
nearly
think?
80 years. On my mother's side, it's nearly 80 years they've been in it.
But is that what you think?
My great-grandparents are buried in this country. 4th generation.
Sure, but it doesn't matter. Is that what you think?
What think? What do you mean?
So you don't wait. So you don't think for a moment they would have potentially been unsafe in Cyprus, right? You don't think because of
they came in on my mother's side. They came in 1950 before the war. And anyway, the difference is I assimilated. I didn't hate the white Australians. I didn't piss on them like you did.
I don't hate white Australians. I'm just saying these are the people
all retarded and lazy. You said in this chat, you said all white Australians are lazy and retarded. That was your word.
Wait, hold on. I say Muslims are retarded and lazy. That doesn't mean I hate them. I say Jews are rats. That doesn't mean I hate them, right? That's just the way I speak and articulate myself.
Well, I'm saying that's the third world mindset. You've brought a third world mindset to this country.
British didn't build this country. British built this. Okay, lady. Then why the fuck, right, are people in the UK literally leaving, right, because India own more property than local British citizens?
And you're gloating because you want to see white people suffer. That's your thing. You're gloating about it.
I promise to God, I don't know where you're getting this rhetoric from.
Do you see yourself as Australian? Or do you see yourself as Australian, or do you see yourself as a non-Australian?
Australian.
You see yourself as Australian?
100%.
100%.
Not even a doubt in my mind. Of course I do.
But you have nothing but contempt for white Australians.
No, I don't. I'm not saying I do. What I'm saying is, white people are complaining of immigration, right? As they should, right? Because like how a lot of people are saying, like how this lady in the comments are saying, well, Britain did sort of build a foundation for Australia. I don't disagree with that. What I'm saying is the fact where they're complaining about, what's happening, right? But these immigrants who are coming in, they are doing better than them. That's what I'm saying. They are doing better than them.
You think that proves that the white Australians are bad?
No, I'm just saying pick up your game. That's about it. Right, I'm saying, right, if we have had a stagger, if our GDP has been staggered for the past couple of years and it's been halted, I'm pretty sure what is our GDP growth this year? Like what, 1% right? And you're having immigrants coming overseas from fucking India, right? Say what you want about the Indians, but they're the fucking hardest workers. They're coming in and they're putting everyone on show, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, how can you sit here?
What's your response to this comment?
His Lebanese parents came here illegally and got a job from government handouts. Okay, first of all, when my family came, they didn't actually have a Lebanese citizenship. I'm Palestinian, I'm not Lebanese, right? That's number one. They actually came here with a laissez-passer because there were refugees in Lebanon, right? So what happened was my grandfather, by the way, I'm actually like second or third generation, I believe, because my grandfather came here, right? My grandfather actually came here, right, from Saudi Arabia, right? Because at the time
That's worse because your grandfather came here, yet you still look down upon white Australians. 3 generations.
I told you I don't. But I'm saying, I told you I don't. But I'm saying the white Australians who are complaining about immigration, right? They are not doing enough, right, to have this sort of ideology to complain, because the immigrants that are coming in are making more money and contributing more to society than white Australians are. That's what I'm saying.
Not contributing to society than white Australians. White Australians built the society. Because the entire legal system, the entire foundation, the constitution, the government, all of it was built by British Australians. And you're just saying, oh, no, my chicken shop contributes more.
Bro, you are saying, again, enough of the chicken shop rhetoric, because at the end of the day, right, I'm telling you, my parents don't own a chicken shop, right? Good luck trying to get it. First of all, good luck to try to ask a white Australian to take a lease out, right, at any place in fucking Southwest Sydney, right?
Yeah, why would they want to be in Southwest Sydney? They've been ethnically cleansed from Southwest Sydney. White Australians were ethnically cleansed from Southwest Sydney. Now dominated by jihadists who want to kill them.
Hold on. Southwest Sydney, Western Sydney, wherever the fuck you want, try to tell them to take a lease out and see if they can afford it. They can't. Right, because
in Southwest Sydney, white Australians were ethnically cleansed by jihadists. That's the reality. There are now thousands of Islamic extremists in Southwest Sydney, and they basically ethnically cleansed white people from the area of Sydney.
Sure, right? And I'm not disagreeing that. I'm not disagreeing with that fact. But and I agree, that's a fact. But what I'm saying is, these white people that you're saying I hate, I don't hate white people, right? I swear to God, I do not. I'm just
only negatives about them. Only negatives about them.
No, I just said that the British built the foundation for the country. Of course they did. I'm not denying that. I fucking love white people. I'm just saying, how can you sit here and talk about immigration as a white person? This is my point. How can you sit here and be like, oh, stop immigrating XYZ, XYZ? Bro, I met a Sri Lankan Muslim the other day, right? I thought this guy was a scumbag. This guy came and he was telling me, I left Sri Lanka 5 years ago. Right now, he's one of those cunts that does like the AstroTurf, I believe it's called, for like on the floors. The guy owns a company and has like 5 trucks. Right. I'm just saying I don't see Aussies do that anymore. I'm saying this in a motivational perspective. I'm saying don't complain about immigration when our GDP has fucking halted for the past couple of years, right? And you are not contributing to it. Because if you want to really see the best form of Australia,
white Australians don't contribute to GDP. Okay, you're actually trolling at this point.
I never said they don't. I'm saying they don't to the levels of what the immigrants are coming from overseas are. We're bringing and look.
It's a good question. I want to ask you this question: If Australia were to become 90% Middle Eastern, do you think Australia would be as wealthy as it is today?
Well, I don't get the context though. What's the context?
Like you're saying that the white Australians aren't contributing to GDP, that they're lazy.
No, I'll be honest, they wouldn't, and I'll tell you why. Right? They wouldn't because on average, Muslim Middle Easterns don't perform nearly as well as Christian Middle Easterns, and I'll tell you why. Because when the Muslim Middle Easterns came throughout the immigration waves, they typically endured more hardship and war, and still are affected by trauma that from the civil war in Lebanon and previous to that. That's why you see majority of like these terror attacks and stuff like that. It's unfortunate to say, but these people are affected by trauma, right? That's the reality. How do we know this? Because I mean, when you look at some immigration waves, like the Shia majority Muslim community that live in Rockdale, they're quite affluent and successful, right? But the Sunni Muslims, right, who experienced war and are coming, that's why they still have a bit of hardship.
Okay, that's why do we want to have people who, if the trauma is creating terror attacks in our country, then why do we want to bring people with trauma to this country?
No, I'm not saying you should. I'm saying that's what happened. That's why sort of a lot of the underground, and this is why I sort of have an issue with Arabs, because I'm saying you're having a lot of Muslims controlling ultimately the underground, and this is a problem. Right, you're always saying Alameddin. Yeah, and you're always saying Alameddin this, Alameddin that. I agree. But I'm saying this is the difference, to answer your question. I'm saying you don't see Christian Arabs cause these problems.
Well, I've got no problems with that. Again, look, vast majority of Muslims in Australia are fine, and also Christian Arabs are good. Christian Arabs are good. I've got no problem with Christian Arabs. All I don't like is that this call, you were saying that the Jews were rats. You were saying terrible things about some of the people killed at Bondi, and then you started saying, "Oh, the whites are all lazy and they're retarded." And I don't like that. I have big trouble with that as an Australian who's proud Australian. I like the history of Australia. I love the culture of Australia, and I don't like seeing people come here and then piss on the history of the country.
Okay, I'm gonna say this again. I don't have an issue. I love white Australians. I swear to God, I don't care. I want to make this really clear because I feel like I'm being half a smartass here. I don't care what religion you are, right? Where you come from, the color of your skin. I don't give a fuck.
How old are you? How old are you out of interest? You've got your masters. How old are you?
No, I'm doing my masters now. I just started recently. I'm 23.
23. Okay.
So what I'm saying is I don't care, right? What skin color you are, etc., etc. I don't care. What I'm just simply proposing is the fact that white Australians are complaining about immigration because if you go to any Sky News Australia fucking comment section on YouTube, you're having all these cunts with like Australia profile pictures saying get them out, get all the Arabs out, etc. I don't care what religion they are, just get them out. Australia for Australians, whatever. And I'm just sitting here thinking, well, you're sitting there saying get all these immigrants out. My family were immigrants. My family are contributing to society, right? They're Arabs. We don't believe in this. We don't subscribe to this ideology of Islamic terrorism. We don't. But the difference is we provide more socially and economically than these white Australians do. So I take offense to that. That's why I'm saying, right?
I think it's wrong to start saying that you're better than white Australians, basically.
I never said I'm better.
That's what it sounds like when you say my family contribute more.
That's not saying I'm better. I don't believe in money. I don't believe that money makes you happy.
You spent the past 40 minutes of talking about money.
No, I'm saying in regards to a nation's success, considering that we had a fucking halted GDP, I'm saying all these white people are complaining, right, about immigration this, immigration that. Don't bring all these immigrants in, we can't afford it, whatever. But these people themselves don't work. A lot of them, they don't work in high-paying jobs. They don't. I'm sorry. I can't speak for everybody, but this is the reality. They don't. Right?
I think it's literally. You know what's happened. I think this is literally why you live in Western Sydney, and obviously there's parts of Western Sydney where white Australians are quite low off. Like they've got bad economic conditions.
I don't live in the West.
Well, I don't know, but my guess is maybe you're hanging around like white working class, and look, some people have bad conditions and stuff like that, but you're using that to universalize and say that like all the whites are suffering in the country and they're all working class, that none of them are productive, everyone's lazy. That's just wrong.
No,
that's just not the right way to.
No, look, I'm not generalizing, but I'm saying a lot of them. Look, at the end of the day, is the reality. The minority doesn't make the rule. Okay, I never said I'm better than people just because you make this money, because you do this job, etc. What I'm saying is the fact that a lot of white Australians are complaining about immigration, right? But then you look at their careers, you look at their tertiary education, and a lot of them are fucking off to Adelaide and Melbourne, Adelaide and fucking Perth because they can't afford to live in Sydney anymore. That's my point. This is the statistic facts to prove that we've had people that have sold their fucking assets and moved to Perth and Adelaide, right? Because they can't afford it. That's my point. So I'm actually doing you guys.
I'm sad that people who've been in the country for 10 generations getting ethnically cleansed, essentially.
Bro, I agree. Like, it's fucked. It's fucked. But what are you supposed to do, right? And I'm not saying like, oh yeah, fucking don't contribute or get out. But I'm just saying, look, the reality is this. If you go to Britain, I was in UK like 2 years ago. If you go to UK, because the UK is fucking disgusting. You go to, you barely see, and it's fucking disgusting. But you, and look, there's no justification, right? But you go there and you see, because all the people that are being complained about, the Pakis, the Indians, because they're the doctors, they're the surgeons. I'm sorry to tell you. This is the reality of it.
Billy, bro, there's a level of poverty as well in the Pakistani community in Britain. There's a level of poverty in some of these migrant communities that's fucked as well in Britain.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, right? It doesn't look. The reality is, fucking facts don't care about your feelings, right? the amount of packies there are in fucking UK, there's like I think 200 or 300,000. Don't quote me on that, right? I'm not saying there's not a bell curve where you're having a lower echelon and upper echelon. I'm just saying majority of the upper echelon, you look at them, like even the well educated, they're immigrants. That's the reality.
What do you think of this comment? What do you think of this comment? I go to France to see the Louvre and its culture. I don't go to France to see a Turkish barber and a kebab shop.
I agree.
Okay, we should keep every country unique then.
100%. I don't disagree. But just a bit of a caveat. I mean, the reason why France has got a big sort of Middle Eastern demographic is because, you know, their colonization of Algeria and Morocco.
So it's revenge. So you see it as revenge.
No, I would never subscribe to that mentality. Again, I'm not a Muslim.
Okay.
But I'm saying that's why that's why you always say Algerian man rapes little girl or whatever, because that's how Muslims think. I'm not a Muslim. I can't tell you how I think. I think obviously very normal. I don't subscribe to that way of life, but I'm saying to you, that's why, to answer 12 Wood's question, that's why obviously if you go overseas to France or Britain and you see all this influence from overseas, yeah, that's why. If you go to UK and you see all this Indian fucking influence, well, next time don't colonize their country. Shut down their fucking textile factories. Steal their shit. Don't do that. And then you won't have all these immigrants fly into your country. That's the reality. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think a lot of scholars and academics would actually agree with what I'm insinuating here, right? Because if you destabilize a region, well, where are these people going to go?
Last question, because I do want to head off to bed because it's almost midnight. So someone said, ask him, is Palestine a Christian land or a Muslim land?
Well, I mean, if we're talking about on the premise of sort of the population, yeah, it's a Muslim country. I'm not denying that, right? But I mean, if we're talking about historically the land, right, was, you know, there's been a prevalence of all three, more than three religions there, right? However, I can't deny, why is this guy saying Musaka? I admitted it. Like, I don't, why is this guy saying, got him? I agree. Even the idiot that's saying Roman land, this is not true, right? The land has been under occupation. The land, sorry, was owned by the Muslims the longest. So therefore, it's Muslim land. It's if we were to sort of put a name on it, it belongs to the Muslims the most. As much as that pains me to say, it's true, right? Also, sorry, just to sort of touch on what Mike Hunt is saying, Crusades 2.0. Cuz you're an idiot. When the Crusades happened, right, the Europeans were killing the Arab Christians as well. You're a fucking retard.
No, look, it is actually during the Crusades they sacked Constantinople, and that actually helped the Ottomans take over Constantinople. There was a lot of retardeds.
Gimme Musaka. Mate, you're literally, you got fucking bum raped by Turks. What are you talking about? They raped you, cunts. Wait, hold on. Here's the reality of things. Wait, I have to fucking shit on this cunt for a second, right? All your food that you guys have, right, is fake versions of our food and the Turks. Like, as much as I fucking hate Turks, I can't deny that they enriched all of our culture.
Fucking bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Baklava is Greek. Baklava is Greek. It's all Greek food. They took it from the Greeks.
Bro, first of all, baklava, right, is a Syrian. It was actually made in Syria, and it was
baklava is Greek. Baklava is Greek.
Then search it up. Show us.
Baklava is Greek.
Show us.
Turks stole a lot of Greek cuisine.
Why don't you show us?
It's true.
Then search it up.
It's true, actually.
Search it up. Yeah, you're talking to a Dimmy. Mate, fuck off right back to Mountie, right? Seriously.
I have to admit, you're obviously you fucking annoying bit, but there's been some funny moments. I have to admit,
bro. Like the thing is, I'll tell you what my issue is.
Yeah, it says here the three main proposals for the roots of baklava are the Greek placenta cake. Yeah.
Read the earliest one. What's the earliest?
Yeah, there are some similarities between baklava and the ancient Greek desserts gastris, kopti sasamis, and kopton. Beautiful.
Okay, and can you please tell me what it says about those cereals?
Where does it say about the Syrians? Hang on.
Oh, if you see who made that lower,
I've got it here. Hang on. I've got to put it on the screen.
it evolved with roots in ancient Mesopotamia, Assyrians,
It says,
around
there are
800 BC.
similarities with the ancient Greek desserts.
Well, hold on. Show us what the AI says. Go back.
I'm on the Wikipedia page.
No, go back. Look at the AI overview. People can edit Wikipedia pages. Look what it says. Go back.
Who invented baklava?
Hey, man, I don't deny I'm ethnically woke. Like, I'm just saying.
Who invented baklava?
Well, just to say Snout one, you said this guy carries water for Muslims because they share an ethnic kinship with them, despite that he's Christian. I'll tell you why, right? Because I've never been wronged by a Muslim, right? I've never been wrong. See, bro, this is your comment section. Look how retarded they are. Some cunt is saying Turks aren't wogs. Like, how sick do you have?
Look, I don't fucking know every person in the comment section. Anyway,
look,
it says no single person invented baklava. Its origins go back to the ancient Assyrian Empire, evolving to Persian, Greek, Byzantine, and it says that the Greeks were a big part of it.
They were. I agree, but they didn't invent it.
It says that it's disputed. No one knows who invented it directly. All right, listen, I'm gonna head off to bed because
easy.
But look, I feel bad for saying you should be deported, but you shouldn't say that all white Australians are retarded. Just saying. Oh, he's already left. I'm just saying. I feel a bit bad for saying that he should be deported. He can stay if he shows a bit more respect to Australians. I think it was disgusting that he was saying that every single white Australian is retarded. I think that's wrong. Anyway, I'm tired. I'm going to head off to bed because it's midnight. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Leave a like, subscribe. God bless you all, and stay humble. And Western civilization is rising. We'll defend it. Thank you, guys. Cheers. Thanks, Drunken Aussie. Thanks, Musaka. Thanks, everybody.